Your little phone. There you go.
Okay. Are we streaming? Oop, I will also do this too. Yep. Alright, cool. Hello and welcome everyone to our next episode to the Deicide Wars. We are currently in lockdown, so we're doing it the computer way.
Online! The interwebs.
So, bear with us
Also unedited.
and enjoy the game.
Right, so because we've been a couple of weeks since we played last, I'll do just a quick rehash to remind everyone where we're up to. So, everyone should be able to see the world. After rescuing a wayward Crocodile Regiment soldier down in the town of Arnery Waters, where the party is located here, if I drag everyone's view across. So you rescued the soldier who'd gone on a mushroom trip and ended up in the cave. On the way back, you bumped into some suspicious individuals casing out the town. They immediately teleported out when they were discovered, and a large frog-like monstrosity crawled its way out of the rift left behind and immediately attacked you. After you dealt with that threat and returned to town, you had a little bit of a rest, as Azzoth's gone wandering. Had a bit of a rest, did some shopping, studied the body of the creature to find that it could inject tiny eggs through its claws, wrestled a giant crocodile, some successful, some not so successful, accepted a job to escort a load of fermented swamp beans up north to the Banner Accord, specifically to the Fisher's Tail Inn. You spent the night in the guest rooms of the general store, and in the morning, after having a good night's rest, you're awake and your cart has been loaded up with 6 large barrels, ready for you to set off. Everyone happy? Any questions about where we're up to?
I think we're good. I defeated the crocodile games. I won.
You solved my crocodile puzzle.
And I failed miserably.
Not miserably. It was you got there in the end. Well, not quite. You almost got there. Almost won. But it was a giant crocodile, so he had fun. Old Chomper. Anyway, so Roche and Coraline come out to wish you farewell and safe journey. And as Roche comes out to, he shakes your hand. He reaches into a pouch next to him. He goes, I had a look around in our back supplies and I found this. And he pulls out a small potion vial. So this just a potion of healing. Y'all did good and helping a boy out. And usually we keep it for him, but he's on lockdown for a bit. He ain't going to go out adventuring for a little bit. So I'd appreciate it if y'all took this. Hopefully it'll keep you safe. And you'll have 1 potion of healing if one of you guys wants to take that.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You'll take it? Whoever the squishiest one is.
Am I the squishy?
You're
No,
pretty
I'm not the squishiest.
Ellen might be.
Ellen's squishy.
Am I the squishy?
You're both pretty squishy, but I think Ellen is slightly squishier.
Ellen-
Up to
She
you
can
guys, so
heal
you can
herself.
add 1 potion of healing.
Take the potion of healing then. Oh, my squishy.
So other than that, you're right to leave the town. So you hitch up the cart with your ox, you've got your donkey, you've got your goat, you've got your party of followers, and your small platoon makes its way out of town. As you start traveling up through the road, the sun's coming up, getting higher, and it's just getting real muggy. It's even more muggy than the last kind of couple of days that you've been down here. But the road's quiet. Plenty of insects buzzing around the place. And I'll get whoever is leading the party to give me a survival or perception check.
I think I'm good at that.
You want to be in the lead?
Sure. I need to get my stats up. Right. Survival, you said?
Yep, survival or perception.
Oh, hang on. Well, 18, not a nat 20.
Dirty 20?
Just a 20.
No worries. So, as you're moving through, you don't see anything on your march through. And everything is honestly going pretty quiet. The mozzies are just out in force, buzzing around, and every so often you're having to kind of, or who's up on Azzoth is up on the cart, I think, driving and having to keep the oxen moving. It's kind of getting distracted by the mozzies, but yeah, you manage to keep everything going and don't see anything throughout your first day of travel. So by lunchtime you're up here, have a brief pause, then yeah, you're about up here. So with that survival check, there's a bit of kind of extra vegetation, some cliffs next to either side of the road, and you're kind of paralleling the river. So I'll drag you across to where you can set up your night's rest. So hopefully everyone can see what we're looking at.
Yep.
Oh, actually, I forgot to drag in the rest
Gergie's
of
in
your
a
party.
tree.
He's already in the tree sleeping.
Yep, Gergie's as you're setting up camp, setting up a couple of tents. Gergie's flown up into the tree, just kind of watching out and just chilling up there. And it's now kind of off into the later afternoon. The sun's starting to dim. So you got your donkey, as everyone's seen donkey,
Hey.
goat, and your ox.
Donkey better not be annoying.
But no one can talk to animals yet, so
Oh
You
god!
never know.
If someone could, you'd so have to put the Eddie Murphy voice on.
I'm
I
pretty
don't know
sure.
if I can do an Eddie Murphy donkey
No.
voice.
Did I pick it? Did I talk to
I'm
animals?
sure that's not a spell.
Oh, I think I did pick one that
There
was.
is a spell or certain class features that can allow you to do it.
Maybe that was just me telling. That was one of the spells I was trying to pick or telling.
Might have been
you
one of your
to
spells.
do.
It could have been. So have we done like a perception or anything to?
No, so you managed to find this little kind of the cliffs have been pretty close to the road, but you managed to find this bit of a section that you could set up a decent camp and get at least a little bit off the side of the track, kind of sheltered out of the wind. You've got some overhanging trees coming over the top of you. It's a fairly comfortable sort of area. The kind of rivers running alongside. It's starting to cool off into evening, but the mozzies are still just biting and nasty and horrendous. Although you're starting to get onto the edge of the swamp, like the real swampy area. So as the sun is starting to go down, it's kind of just now dipping below the horizon. It's starting to get dark. Also, can everyone see all right? Everyone should be able to see.
I
Hopefully.
can see perfectly.
Oh, who disappeared? Or someone.
I gotta go take Emma now. Sorry.
All right. Bye bye.
Good.
All good.
Good luck.
He'll be back.
Yeah, we will still be here by the time you come back.
That's right. The only person
Yeah, it won't be that long. Just
without
a bit.
dark vision is Elspeth. Everyone else has dark vision pretty much. So yeah, the sun's gone down at this point. It's still a little bit light on the horizon, but it's rapidly getting dark. And as you're kind of just sitting around, so it runs passive perception. So a few of you guys hear some footsteps coming from the north, and kind of Gergi sitting up in the tree. You just hear him, and he comes flying down and kind of lands on your shoulder, Esme, and kind of taps you and points up north. And you can see a lone figure stumbling towards you, coming towards you, the light of your camp. And as you're looking at it, those of you with dark vision, you can see him fairly clearly, and he looks like just a lightly armored warrior, kind of wearing some chainmail, thick, heavy leather boots. He's got a staff in his hand. It's kind of hard to see him from this sort of distance, but he's starting to walk towards you. But as you kind of try and focus on him, you can see that the darkness seems to be kind of shifting and deepening around you. If anyone else wants to get any more detail, feel free to roll a perception check.
I might do that since. Can I see more than the others?
Yeah, he's kind of up here.
Where?
Just up. He's about to come onto the edge of the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
14 for perception.
14. Anyone else?
Yes, please.
I'll probably just move to the front, so I probably won't be
I have
paying
nat
too much attention.
20.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Yeah, That's
Cool.
2.
Beautiful. So you're kind of hopping off to the side, kind of pointing where Gurgi is pointing, and you see Gurgi's kind of frantically gesturing, and you can see just vaguely behind this individual, you can see maybe half a dozen kind of looks like almost shadowy figures. You can see it's hard to tell out even at this distance. You can make it out with your dark vision, but there seems to be other individuals kind of drifting along in a single file behind this this person moving down towards you.
Can I manifest my echo?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Just as a backup extra thing.
I cast Mage Armor on myself.
No worries.
Mage armor.
So what?
I don't know if you got it.
Both Mage Armor. So what you guys can do? So if you click on your tokens, you'll see there's these 3 little circles. The red, maybe red. That's your passive perception. The top one is your health, so you can use that to track your health. If you just click on it and say type -3 enter, it'll take 3 hit points off. Same as heal, so on and so forth. And then the right-hand side circle is your armor class. So if you're putting on your mage armor, you can adjust your armor class on there if you want.
Can you give me control of Ellen's token, please?
Sure, can do.
We're sharing one account in the end. It's easier that way.
Yeah,
I can't run it off my phone.
it's all good. Did you have a separate token? I forgot for the echo, or just a blank one?
Yeah, I can drag another one on for you.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Because it's like
Lamb.
acting as a separate entity.
There you go. You guys should be able to control that now.
Lovely, thank you.
I'll give you control of Gurgi as well.
Ah, thanks.
You guys should be able to control Gurgi. And let's drag on another Geode for you. So kind of, Sky, describe what it looks like when you summon your Echo.
Okay, so it's pretty much the same silhouette as me, but it's all in like a grayscale, a little bit of transparency.
It's dark. Everything's grayscale.
Well, I guess he just blends right in.
Well, you're standing next to the fire now, so you kind of see this kind of, shadowy figure kind of appear and step out of Geode's kind of body and just stand next to them.
Okay, and then this guy only has...
But you see this figure coming down from the north, and I'll say, Ellen, with a natural 20 as well, you kind of get a closer look on him as he's coming, and you see he's doesn't seem to be kind of interacting properly with the environment, and as your kind of eyes shift and focus onto him, you can see through, and where a second ago he looked like a human male wearing armor and boots and a staff, you kind of get a closer look, and you can see that was clearly an illusion that you can see through. And what you see as you focus onto him, hopefully I can share this. Yeah. You can see this kind of just cloaked, dark individual with just spiked teeth and stirred up hair.
So where did you put that, Bryce?
Hopefully it pops up on the screen in
It's
front of
popping up now,
everybody.
yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
On Roll20 or Discord?
On Roll20, nothing will pop up on
Yeah.
Discord. Well, nothing at this
Ah,
stage.
yeah.
Thank
The
you.
Vex casting Shield of Faith after seeing that.
Look,
Yeah.
And as this creature kind of gets down close to you, his eyes kind of just light up and he goes, You dare trespass on my road. Time for you to join me. And I'll get everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, God.
That voice hurts my throat.
Can you repeat what you said? I didn't hear
Nope.
you.
You dare.
Nice.
Okay, Beck got
15 for
2.
me.
No worries, give me 1 second. Actually, here we go, I can do this. Also, screw it, with that natural 20 as well, those
Yep.
figures that you managed to spot behind,
Yep.
bam, you should be able to see them now.
Cool. So they're in my line of vision too, by the looks of it. Yeah.
No idea. No. Does anyone know how to hide the character pictures in Roll20?
Yep. So settings, all the way down to game settings, you've got chat avatars. And then you can just change it to name only.
Ah.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks. Sorry, it was hiding the map. Thank
It's
you.
all good.
Yeah, I always leave them turned off. All right, so what do we have for initiative? We got 25 down to 20. Anybody?
Nope.
20 down to 15.
I got 16.
18.
Whoa, nice.
So Esme, what do you get, Sky?
16.
Cool.
The dice are
Geo.
rolling good
I'm on
tonight.
15
Yep. What's your dexterity?
plus 2.
Plus 2. All right. Can you roll a d20 again for me? Just give me that
17
green
on the D20.
Beautiful. Cool. Your name? Idrach. Next up, below 15, so 15 down to 10. Anyone? 10 down to 5.
6. That's for Azzoth.
Azzoth, yep. And who's left below that?
Elspeth's got 2.
2, sweet. And Elspeth. So first up, we have Esme as this creature. You know, you had seen through his illusion, but as he's kind of roared out to all of you, he's completely dropped. You just see that evil-looking figure raising his arms up to attack somehow. So, what would you like to do?
Run away. Yeah, I'm gonna be like going. Hey guys, raise the alarm.
I can see, so.
Everyone is seeing this creature now. There's
Okay.
obvious bad intent.
Yeah, I'd like to take some steps back, please. Can I move?
Yeah, you should be able to track
Yep,
this.
So each square is 5 foot,
Um,
so you can put yourself wherever you can, so you can move 6 squares. Cool.
Okay, he's gonna come with me.
Run away!
Yep, that's right. Gogi sitting on your shoulder. Right, casting anything?
I'd like to ready firebolt, please.
Firebolt? No worries. Roll it.
No, just get ready. Can I do that? Just get ready? Yeah.
So she wants to hold
You-
the action.
Do you want to hold
Yeah.
it, or do you want to fire it right now?
No, I want to hold it.
Alright, if you want. In that case, Geode, your turn.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, can we lose the battle music?
Oh, it's a bit loud.
I'll turn
No,
it down.
just turn it down.
Is that better?
Yeah. So it was just sort of overriding the volume of people talking.
All good.
Yep.
Okay, so I can mentally command my echo to move up to 30 feet in any direction, no action required.
Yep.
So,
So where are you sending him?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And
Yep.
I am going to have him. He can't do cantrips with him, can he?
You tell me.
It doesn't say anything about him not being able to.
Can he cast spells?
It says when you take the attack action, you can attack and make it originate from you or the echo space.
Yes, that's an attack.
Okay, so he just does a normal attack?
Yep.
Alright, well, I will get him to go hit him with the longsword.
No worries. Roll it.
+18 5.
Yep, that'll hit.
Alright, and that's 2d6s. Hang on, what's my great weapon? Can I re-roll ones, was it?
You can re-roll 1s and 2s, I believe.
Alright, and it's just 1, isn't it? Because I got 2 1s.
You tell me. It's your ability. Can you reroll all ones or twos, or just one?
Sorry. Just trying to find it.
I think it's all.
I'm pretty sure it's all, but you need to learn your abilities.
Where are you? 2 weapon. No. Where does it come up? I'm just getting other things.
You can, when you roll a 1 or 2 on damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon, you can reroll the die. Must use new rolls.
Unless
you can
I don't
reroll
have
as
great
many as you
weapon
want.
fighting.
Yeah, you can just reroll both of them.
I
So if
can
anyone
roll
wants to
both of them?
search anything, if you hit the little eye with a circle in it, that's the compendium, and it'll tell you anything you need to know, nice and quick. Right, so you're re-rolling, Sky?
Yep. Oh, are you kidding me? I got snake eyes again.
So just, how much damage total?
So that is, god damn it, 5.
So as your shadow sinks its blade into this creature, it seems to kind of give a little bit, and it's not quite as effective as you would have hoped. I.e., it has resistance.
Okay.
So it only took a little bit of damage. You see what was a big hit kind of just like almost shades through this creature. It does impact, but it doesn't take full damage. Right, what else are you doing? Bonus action? Or movement?
No, I'll just keep it there at the moment. But since he did that, I'll know the effects of what happened.
Yeah, you can see that your blade just didn't seem... It hit him,
Yeah.
but it didn't seem to...
Well, I'll
really
just relay
hack
that
into him good.
information to the other guys in case they didn't see.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, everyone's seen this.
okay, cool. All right, and
Oh no, Ghost, the sword crew!
Alright, anything else?
No, that's it.
You don't want to move? Idrach, you're up.
I am going to shout out, the lady most kind might be gone, but not all of her bloodline have been defeated, and I will cast Sacred Flame on the first white.
Yeah, drama.
On the closest dude? Or the shadow? On the closest guy? No worries.
On the one that says the scary one.
The
So if
dread
you
one.
click and hold, you can send a ping. So if you
Yeah,
click
that
and
one.
hold, you can drop a ping. That one? Cool. So Sacred Flame Dexterity saving throw.
Yes, please.
That's a natural 1, so that's a fail. Give me some damage.
I'll have the right die.
Yeah.
With the 8.
How much?
3 radiant damage.
3 radiant damage as just a burst of radiant flame kind of smacks into his chest. He kind of like recoils back a bit from it. Right, anything else? Bonus action or movement?
Not at this point.
No worries.
I'm
Alright,
possibly not at the front.
Right, so a couple of the shadows turn.
He must
So
have gone cold.
this one is going to drift pretty much through and around Geode. This one's going to drift in here, and they're both going to make an attack at the Echo. So we have, where are we? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. That's an 18 to hit.
Yep.
So what happens when I hit your Echo?
So pretty much it's like a solid thing.
Right. So how much hit points does he have?
Just only got 1.
Right, so
He's gone.
it's kind of the shadow just reaches through and just jams its claws through, kind of into Geode's chest, and just kind of rips its essence out, and
He sort of fades away.
disappears.
Like, yeah. Alright, so he's
So he's dead, gone.
gone for now. I can use bonus actions to...
Right, and in that case, the second shadow is move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can get up in amongst you. Oh, you can even move a little bit further if he wants. And he's going to make an attack at you. Does 14 hit?
Nope.
No worries. Right, he's gonna... Yeah, he's just gonna stand there. Right, next up is the White's turn.
Oh.
So he's going to cast fear. Actually, you'll move up a little bit closer. So a 30-foot cone, which I believe hits absolutely everyone because you're nice and clumped up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so it cuts short just before Magnus, Ariana, and Paul. So everyone else, I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
So it misses Gurgi too.
Yep, Gurgi is just out of its range. As you he looks up and just opens his mouth, and it seems to just continually opening, and just this black energy comes out and just bursts forward in a cone, and all your minds just kind of cloud over for a second. What's his DC? Sorry, give me a second. So everyone, wisdom saving throw, and tell me what you got.
I got 18.
10. So if you got below a 13, who got below
Yeah.
a 13?
Me.
I did. Me.
So Azzoth.
Elspeth
Idrach.
passed.
Elspeth passed.
I
Idrach,
got
you
14,
failed.
I think passes.
Yep, you're good. And Esme failed. Oopsies.
Oh no. It's alright, Gurgi can slap you awake.
Also, Esme, were you firing that bolt of fire, or what was your trigger for that?
Yeah, that was am I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would like to fire in retaliation.
Right, do it. As his kind of mouth opens up, I'll let you fire this.
Thank you.
So roll to attack.
Yes.
So Azzoth and Esme,
Uh,
on your
18.
turns. 18 hits, give me some damage.
Oh,
Sorry again.
sorry, guys. 3.
3 damage? No worries. As he cops a blast of fire to the chest. But Azzoth and Esme, you are now frightened, so on your turn, you must take the dash action and pretty much leg it away. You are terrified of this creature. At the end of your next turn, you can make a saving throw again. Yeah, because you'll be pretty much far enough away that you won't be able to see it in the darkness. Right, cool, so that is his turn. Azzoth, your turn. You spend the turn legging it away.
Cool.
The shadow is also going to take a swing at you as you run.
Okay, yep.
With a natural 3, that misses. So, yep, you want to run pretty
11,
much 60
30,
feet all the way
31,
crashed
32.
down to the bottom of the map.
Yep. Down here.
And you can make your saving throw again.
7, 8. No, still failed.
So you're still afraid. Your next turn, you're going to run another 60 foot away. Unless someone does anything to help if they can. That's your turn done. So the other shadows are going to take their turn. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So they're pretty much going to get a nice big old surround. That one's not going to quite get into range yet. Screw, he's going to start to go out wide. He's actually going to take the dash action and get up on here. He's you see the shadow is kind of flinching away from the fire, but he's trying to keep, Idrach trying to keep your shadow kind of covering his own. But these two shadows are going to take a swing at you, Geode. First one, natural 1, misses. What am I doing with these rolls? Second one, 19. There we go. I got a hit finally. 4,
1.
8, 9 points of necrotic damage. You got that. As their kind of fingers just tear into your very soul, drop your strength score by 4.
What?
Yep.
So how do I do that? Strength score?
So everything else, your modifier essentially -2 at the moment.
A -2. Or -1.
-2 because you're taking 4 off. So that's 2 points from everything for your modifier. I rolled really high on that. Elspeth, you're up. You are scared. Oh,
no,
no,
Elspeth-
Elspeth
no, she's
isn't
good.
scared. Elspeth's good.
That's
Right, what would you like
concentrated.
to do?
She's got shield of
Shield of
Faith on.
Faith?
Yep.
Sweet.
She casts. No, she doesn't cast. She does turn undead.
No worries. What's her DC?
Oof, 14.
Alright. So first up, let's do the white. Doesn't have any resistances. No. Cool. He got a 16 plus something, so he's fine. He got an 18. So let's go from the bottom to the top. So this shadow, he got a 16, so he makes it. Next shadow got a 5, so he is turned. Let's give him a scared face as well. Next one, that's a 7. That's a 15. A 16. Sorry, I'm rolling really well on this. Next one, and a 7. So he is scared. Some good rolls on my behalf. Sucks to be you guys.
So what happens with turn undead?
Run away.
So these guys here are now scared and going to be running away.
Oh, okay, so it's the same effects, sort of.
Yep, essentially, yeah. He frightened 2 of you, you frightened 2 of them.
Yep, cool.
Alright, any movement?
Is he going to run? Oh, he runs on his turn, doesn't he?
On his turn, he'll run.
Yeah. So I'll also do a bonus action of, what was it called? Hidden Step.
No
So
worries.
that's, bonus
Turn
action,
invisible?
turn invisible, and then, until the start of your next turn.
Yep, no worries.
And I'm just going to piss off down here. So you get an attack of opportunity.
Yep, but at disadvantage because you are invisible.
Oh, actually, and you also
Actually,
fight them
did
anyway.
you- No, I won't get an attack opportunity because this guy used his reaction to attack you as you ran. But yep, you have buggered off. I think it was this guy that attacked, was it? No, it wasn't. It was a different one. So yep, sorry, let me take my attack at disadvantage. That's a 15 and a 4.
Misses.
So swing and a miss.
Yep.
Right, so back to the top. Esme, you're up. You are scared, so you spend your turn legging it. So you're pretty much down the bottom of the map. So
Yep.
Drag 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Let's just drag you down next. It's hiding behind this tree down here.
Yep, lovely.
So give me a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn.
15.
That makes it. You are no longer frightened. So you kind of like settle your back against the tree and just like deep breaths, deep breaths, deep breaths. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Turn around and just look back as this like just shadows are closing in around all your party members. Geode, your turn.
Okay, well, I am going to use a bonus action
And you're next.
and manifest my guy back over here.
Yep. I'm just gonna.
They're all
mark-
shadows, so they're pretty much ghosts, aren't they? Physical's not really
yeah.
going to affect them.
So I'm just marking which ones are taking their turns when. So I kind of stacked a few of them up just to make it simple. Right, sorry, Sky.
No, that's
Right,
alright. I'm trying to think.
Where did you want your dude? You should be able to control him. Put him wherever you want.
Yep.
You just keep recreating that.
Yep, so he's just bonus actions. I don't have any limitations on it.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's bent as all fuck.
It's got limitations on
Right, it's on our
how it
side.
attacks, pretty much. And since
Hey, don't knock the rocky one.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
you see kind of Geode step back out of herself again and just step through the shadow onto this other side.
and I'm going to just attempt booming blade on this guy here.
Go for it.
Oh no, hang on this guy. Sorry, the one that I can get advantage.
The one that you're flanking now?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So that's advantage. Isn't
I'm
it?
gonna look at this because I swear that should be a limited amount of times you can resummon your shadow. But go for it. We'll look at it later.
What?
It's actually, it's limited.
I feel it would be limited.
I don't
Very few abilities have unlimited uses. Anyway, go for it though.
Alright,
figure it out
well,
later.
I rolled a 16, and you said I'm.
Yeah, we'll say
minus-
you're flanking now. Yeah, so roll your second roll if you want.
Yeah, that I rolled 2 dice, and 16 was the highest.
Okay, cool. That
Plus-
will hit.
Whatever the 2.
So you give me some damage.
So it's 2d6. So that is 9, 12 normal, unfortunately.
So 12 damage.
Yeah, but it's just normal damage.
Whoops, that wasn't it. Minus 10.
Um,
There you go. So before, where your shadows, your echo's sword almost kind of passed through one of those creatures, this one with the magic kind of ring around it just slams into it, and this thing kind of reels back and clutches at itself. Let's give it. What's a good one for moving blade?
I think there's a lightning strike.
Come on. So you see all this kind of energy shifting around it.
And
14 plus proficiency, so it'd be a 16. Yeah, that's close enough.
I'm not thinking too well. I'm gonna try and move here.
It's going to take an attack of opportunity at you. So those two are.
Yeah.
You sure you want to move?
Fuck, I don't know. No.
Nope, you're staying? Okay.
Oh, that's me done, I think.
Is you done? No worries. Idrach, you're up.
I am going to shout to my companions, "Fly, you fools, fly!" In my best Gandalf impression. I will then... Idris, you're not helping. I've moved my hand from her ear, and she's like, "No, put it back." I'm going to cast Misty Step and bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to here.
Yep.
Bonus action. Main action, I will Sacred Flame on the shadow that was next to me.
Yep, go for it. Dexterity saving throw. That's 3 plus stuff. So yep, no, give me some damage.
4 this time.
Was that 4?
It was.
Minus
It-
4.
It is radiant, if that helps.
Doesn't seem to do anything. Oh no, it does. Sorry. Yep, this one. For this one, it does. Yep. So this one just kind of recoils back, both in combination of the firelight hitting it, and then you see that kind of light almost coalesce around it into radiant heat, and it just kind of like shrieks and starts to shrivel up. But still kicking. Looking rough, but still kicking.
And then I'm going to move another 30 feet down the path.
No worries.
So I'm
I
also
should have
on
made
the
a longer map. All right. So these guys' turn. So, can you control your characters? You should be able to, Lamb, if you want to move them.
Yep. And they are all leaving with me. And I'm going to assume Gurgi's come down here as well.
Oh, yes. Googie, come here.
Oh, there you go. So, Grant's just put up the information.
Yes, have a read of that so you know exactly what it does. Right, this one, seeing that horde of people, Geode looks like they're well and truly buggered. Elspeth's invisible, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
We're all actually further away than that, Bryce.
Oh no, Azzoth would be pretty much there.
Oh, fair
The
enough.
rest of you guys would be further away. Well, yeah, Esme's hiding behind that tree. The rest of you guys are off map.
Sorry, Azzoth, we're off.
Right, and it's going to make an attack against you with a 6. I assume that misses.
That
Well, a
misses,
10.
yeah.
Modified for a 10.
Oh, can I do a
Are you frightened?
reposting? Can I?
No, because you're still frightened.
Oh, okay.
Give me a second. Let me just look up the frightened condition for a moment.
I think it's just that disadvantage.
Frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks while the sorcerer can't willingly move closer. No, yeah, you can riposte.
Oh, that's a bit of a waste, but I will do it anyway. Yes, riposty.
This one is. Say again.
I will riposty. So it's a bit of a waste because
Do
it's
it.
disadvantage. Oh wait, 16. 16 plus 6, so yeah.
They'll hit. That's good. Good rolls. Give me damage.
1d12 plus 4. Ooh, that's a 12. Plus 4. So 16 plus the 1d8. from my maneuver dice.
That's right, because that blade slams into it, and it kind of, starts to pass through its shadowy form.
That's 7, so
Then,
16
kind of
plus
seems
7.
to find purchase in something within it, and just tears this shadow and just kind of lets out a scream as it just kind of evaporates into nothingness.
Oh,
So we can kill those.
nice.
So that's one of the shadows. The other one is going to attack Geode. It's going to come around here, so it's at advantage. Which is good, because it rolled an 18 plus stuff.
Yep.
So that'll hit. Let's give some damage. 8, 9. So you take 9 damage. And your strength is reduced by another 1.
What?
What's your strength down to now?
So what, it was 4 from the last hit?
Yep, so it's down to -5. So it you're essentially at -2 to any of your attacks or anything. And your
-2
damage.
or -5 from every attack?
-2.
Yeah, that's
Because
what
your
I've been...
total strength is down 5. Unless you're at an odd number of strength, which I don't think you are. Either way. That's their turn. It is the white's turn. Let me see what it can do. It is going to see you guys escaping. What's its range on that? 120 feet. Yeah, you guys are within range of that. So he's going to try to focus fire. Actually, no, he didn't like the radiant stuff coming out of you. So, Idrach, he's going to kind of raise his hand up and just fire 2 bolts of necrotic energy at you.
Sorry, at who?
At you, Idrach.
No.
Oh, 2 7s. +5 though. Does 12 hit you? Not with mage armor, I believe.
Not with major armor. It would have hit me before I cast magic.
Yep, that would have hurt you
As he
a
hits
lot.
me, there is a brief flash that people may or may not see of wings behind me as the necrotic energy hits.
Okay. Not that I
That's
see
his
it, but
turn
yeah.
done.
Cool.
He's going to stay there. He's kind of just like roar to himself about being angry at missing. All right. Azzoth, your turn. So you continue running.
Yep, and I failed again.
He doesn't actually have to run, does he, Bryce? He just can't move
He has-
closer.
Well, that's frightened, but is this different?
No, so the fear effect. When frightened by this spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from you by the safest available route.
Okay,
on each of
fair
their
enough.
turn.
Sorry, I thought it was
he
just a
just-
fighting
he-
condition.
Nah, this is additional on top of it.
Yeah, no worries.
So I panned 60 feet away, and I failed the next one as well.
So you're just legging it. You're gone.
Fuck this.
Woo, guys!
Is anyone going to take
Bye.
out animals?
Right. Next up, we have the other 3 shadows. They're just gonna continue surrounding Geode, I guess. So that one down there. Where's the other one? Didn't I have another one?
I killed
Oh, no,
one.
the other one's up there. So that one is going to continue coming down. This one's going to take an attack against... Actually, no, this guy was turned, so this guy is piss bolting. This guy is bolting. So it is running past both of your 2 if you wanted to take attacks or an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, so he can, and I can. Oh no, there's one.
No,
reaction.
you only had 1 reaction.
Okay.
So yeah, either one of you guys can take an attack against this dude as he
Oh,
runs.
okay. Do I roll an advantage because it's going past both of us?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, because he'll be like running between the 2 of you.
And
So, yeah.
because was that guy hit by the booming blade as well?
No, this guy was,
Ah, damn. Okay.
unfortunately.
Damn it. All right.
Yeah, would have worked out nicely.
I rolled 2 13s.
Plus anything?
I don't know. Does the strength bonus thing work on that?
Well, yeah, but you're -2 at the moment. So what's your normal attack bonus?
5.
So yeah, that still hits.
Okay.
Yeah. So give me some damage on it. taking into account your reduced strength.
Okay, 8. No, 7.
7 damage.
Sorry.
Got it. So he has
That's
resistance,
too much
so he'll
math for
take
me to
3.
think.
But he is legging it. How far can they move? They can move a long way, so they're pretty much now just legging it up off north. And then one here will take his attack. He's going to try to flank, and gets hit by the blasting energy. So how much does that do, Sky?
I think it's 1d8, isn't it? Usually, sorry.
I think it's D6, but I could be wrong.
It's a d8. 3.
Takes 3 damage.
Yep.
What type? Thunder?
Thunder, yes. Yes, it is.
Alright. Doesn't do as much damage as you had expected. But still hurts him a little bit. And he's going to take an attack. Yeah, at advantage because flanking. That's 2 8s plus 4, 12. Doesn't hit. Lucky you. Because your strength is rapidly reducing. What are you down to with your strength at the moment?
Oh, hang on, that reduces my armor class as well, does it?
No. No,
Oh,
it doesn't.
it's down to
And Elspeth's up next.
-2 is what you said.
Well, what's total? It's -5 to what your strength.
Oh, God. So I'm 17
What's your strength? Okay, so you're down to 12. Elspeth, you're up.
Yep. Okay, so Elspeth will cast Sanctuary on Geode.
Nice,
So that's,
very
that's
nice.
a bonus action.
Thinking.
Thank you.
She'll scream out, "Get the fuck out of here!" And she'll be bolting with double her action to run all the way down where
What
everyone else is.
about the animals and the things taking apart?
The animals are kind of just like terrified, hiding up against the cliff.
Oh, it's 5.
You didn't take your action to do anything?
40.
Hmm?
Yeah, to dash.
Oh, you're dashing.
Dash, yeah. 45.
You're just abandoning everything and legging it. Got it.
Just like everyone else
Good to
down
know.
here.
Yeah.
God damn it! I'm gonna have to copy another map into there.
But you got Sanctuary now.
What's the sanctuary do? It's plus
Esme
2
will
to
be-
armor class, isn't it?
No, it's if anyone wants to attack you, they must do a Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
And if they fail, they've got to pick a new target, or they lose the attack or spell. But it disappears if you do an attack or cast if you do anything hostile.
If I do anything hostile?
Yep.
Okay.
And it'll disappear. So it sits there on you as long as you want until you do an attack. Then they can attack you. Which I
There
think
we
I
go.
can
I
put it
just
like-
doubled the length of the map.
Okay. So 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50.
I'll say that tree is there, so you're Grant. So you just need to run until he's out of your sight. So I'll say you're
Okay.
hiding behind this tree.
That tree? Yep.
Yep, you're cowering behind this tree because it's kind of around the corner of the cliffs as well.
Carrying in a manly, soldiery way, of course.
Oh, of course, yes, very, very manly soldiery sort of way. Brave Sir Robin, he bravely ran away. That's Elspeth's turn, so Esme, you're up.
Am I still within range of these 2 shadows?
I think they're gone.
Which ones? Drop a ping on them. So if you click and hold, you make a ping.
This dude?
Yep.
And-
So we actually have a measuring tool, so you
Ah,
can nice and easily measure. So yep, you're 65 foot from where you are.
fantastic. I would like to cast
That's not... it's-
Scorching Ray on both of the targeting both those shadows.
Nice. Roll them. Three attack rolls, I believe.
Good rolls. Is it just the 2 that are in range?
Sorry, say again.
Is it just the 2 shadows that are in range? This one down here is
The white will be in range. What's the range on Scorching Ray?
120.
Yes, so you got these 2 shadows, and then you got the white up here. If you wanted to throw another bolt at him.
Target him as well.
Right, so one of each. So let's
One
go
of each.
the shadow first.
Oh,
Shadow.
shadow first.
What'd you roll?
Yep.
You're
21.
dropping it out.
Sorry,
31.
21.
Yep, that'll hit. Give me damage on. Just roll all of them, and then we can roll damage. So
Okay.
give me your attack roll against the white.
21 again.
Nice, and attack roll against the last shadow.
22.
Beautiful. Loves it. Right, so it's 2d6 for each of them, I think.
Yep.
Alright, so first one, give me some damage. Was that 5?
Yep.
Dead.
Nice.
So that one just bursts into flame, kind of just writhes in pain and suffering, and then just disappears into nothingness. Damage on white.
5.
5 on him.
Still got some damage.
That's right, as the flame kind of just shears past Geode and slams into his chest, and
Further
damage
away.
on the last shadow.
And the last
What was that?
9.
Ooh, very nice. But the fire kind of doesn't seem to fully ignite this one. Doesn't seem to take full damage from it. Beautiful.
That's it.
Geode, you are up.
Alright, so on my turn, I can mentally command the Echo to move up to 30 feet any direction, no action required.
Yep.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna move him here.
Yep, there you go.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to teleport with him. So I'm switching places.
Yep.
And I'm going to grab the ox. Hopefully he's not tied down. And try and get down. So I'm guessing it would only be...
Give me a animal handling check. At advantage because he kind of wants to get away.
Yep. 14.
14? Yep, that'll be enough that, yeah, he... Say on... You still got your movement, don't you?
I think I've got 15 movement.
Right, so I'll say... Because he's, you know, he's not hitched up from the cart. Sorry, he's not hitched to the cart, so yeah, you two can get a bit further down.
Okay, because I think once I teleport, I can only move 15.
Okay, if that's what you say.
Yep. And
Cool.
then, as my actual action, I'm going to cast a Chaos Bolt at the big
Was your
guy.
action not the animal handling?
Nah, I'll say... Because the oxen was trying to get away, it's pretty much just like grabbing it by its halter and continuing
Oh,
running.
true, yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, if it was, you know, resisting, then I'd make it your action, like hauling an unconscious person, essentially.
No,
Because it was, like, already kind of trying to pull that way, I'll allow it.
that makes sense. Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
Don't worry, I did.
Okay.
So give me your attack roll. Who are you attacking, the shadow or the white?
red.
You'll lose your
White,
ward
yep,
if you
go for
attack anyone.
Yeah, I'm hopefully far enough away. 19 without stuff.
Yep, that'll hit.
So it's 2d8 plus a d6, I think it is. Choose.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me? I can re-roll on this damage roll, can't I?
No,
Yeah, it's only on
that's
attack.
weapon.
Okay, cool.
That's your great weapon master.
Yep, all good. Just double checking. Choose one of the d8 numbers. Blah blah blah. Oh, hang on.
So
sorry.
damage type?
Yep. 1 or 5. 5, 6, 7. 7. Acid damage?
7 acid damage? No worries. This ball of kind of crackling energy just erupts from you, and as it gets closer, it just turns this green viscous and splashes against this thing's chest. It just kind of shrieks out as it impacts. Alright, Idrach, your turn.
I will hold my action where I am, and if anything undead approaches within 60 feet of me, I will Sacred Flame it.
No worries.
I see no reason to return to the camp at this point.
Poor donkey and goat. Right, so that's
Well, I'm
this
saving
line.
the biggest one
Actually,
with the cart
Bryce,
and how
my knowledge of the undead, do I think they're likely to attack the non-sentient donkey and goat, or to follow up?
Give me a religion check. Sorry, that line is a little bit short. Be up there. That's your trigger line. Yeah, give me a religion
Yeah.
check.
On numbers, 18 on religion.
18. It's hard to tell, but by your knowledge, you recognize this thing as a wight of some sort who is just obsessed with draining the life out of anything living. So fair bet that he's probably going to try to suck the soul and the life force out of any living creature. So yeah, donkey and goat are probably not going to be having a good time in a second.
Does anyone have a teleport?
Oh, in which case, I think I'm only about 10 feet away from him, aren't I? From being in range of that shadow.
Yep, so I've put this line here. This is... Can you see this line?
Yeah, I can see the line. I will go 15 feet forwards, attack, and then retreat 15 feet.
No worries, sounds good. So, what was that? Sacred Flame on this
Sacred Flame
shadow?
on the shadow, yeah.
Roger. That's a 19 plus stuff to dex aim throw.
Yeah,
So it kind of
will
ducks
bounce
out of
that
the
one,
way, down in behind the tent.
and then I retreat again.
Roger. And then speaking of the shadow, it is the shadow's turn. He's going to take an attack at Geode
Fake Geode.
with a natural 1. Swing and a miss.
Definitely
So he
not.
kind of just tries to drag his claws through, but Shadow Geode kind of just ducks out of the way. I believe the other one is dead. Yep, the other one's dead. Cool. Over to the white's turn. The white is going to 5, 10.
No inputs.
Well, they don't seem to be running, so he's going to ignore it, but he's going to come down here and just try to reach his hands inside of the shadow here. And you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, no, I know.
Who does?
You do, Geode.
Oh, Constitution save.
So I don't believe it's immune to anything particular.
17.
Sorry, I think that was...
It does have, it's
Actually,
immunity to all
it's-
conditions.
this guy is smart, so he's gonna just kind of not do that. Sorry, because I just read it's kind of magical translucency. So he's just gonna come a little bit closer and going to once again fire a couple of magical bolts at Idrach because he doesn't like that radiant stuff coming at you. So 2 attacks. It's 8 plus 5. Does a 13 hit? Not quite.
No, it doesn't.
Right, but the first one does hit. So you have... It's very dark in here. I should turn some lights on. 4... You take 7 necrotic damage as this just black bolt of energy slams into your chest.
I laugh at him and don't take that check.
So it kind of just like scissors off to the side.
I
Only
take
does
4 damage.
4 damage. Yep. So if you want, you can click your token as well, just so you can track it on here if you like.
Yeah, all
Health
of
and -4. That way everyone can kind of see how wounded you are if they decide to heal you or not. Right, that's his turn done. Azzoth. You are
Yeah.
pretty much cowering behind a tree. So
Okay.
end of your turn, you can make a saving throw.
Fucking hell. I mean, tracking, hell. So I failed again.
Very wise. Right, that's easy. Shadow's turn.
Wow.
Those 2 are legging it, so they're well and truly gone, and the other one's dead, so don't need to worry about those shadows anymore. Elspeth, you're up.
Elspeth? Okay. Turn it on. Okay, so Elspeth is just going to take a step to the. Oh, by the way, Elspeth can't see the map. Like it's all just pitch black.
That's because she doesn't have dark vision,
Ah,
and the only light is up here.
Elspeth is blind.
so she's running in
So
the dark.
yeah, exactly. You can't. You can see
Oh, the
these
fireplace.
guys
Yep.
in the light,
Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
but you're too
so
far down. So actually, I can see what you're looking at. Yeah.
I can see
So
them
yeah,
either
you can
screen.
see the dudes in the light up there, but right now you're in darkness.
Can I shout to someone to grab the bloody ox?
On your turn, you can.
I'll take a step to the left, and I'll cast Guiding Bolt at second level at this
No
one.
worries. Give me an attack roll.
7 plus 6. So what's that, 13? 13 hit?
13 just hits. Give me
Okay.
some damage.
So that is 46, so that makes it a 5d6. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
I know.
What's in that D?
He wants me go.
5. 5. 5.
I said Emma.
6 and 8, 9, 13, 16 plus. No, that's it. 16 radiant damage.
Oh. So this just beam of vibrant
Girl,
white
oh,
energy slams into its chest,
Girl,
and it kind of just reels back, like dropping down to one knee. It's like it's just smoking craters left in it, but he is still just kicking,
And I'll just take a
and
step
he's
to the
also
right again.
glowing with kind of the leftover radiant energy. Esme, your turn.
I would like to cast
Lay down your back.
Ray again.
Yep, go for it.
Um,
So,
I'm targeting.
So-
Those guys.
so you got shadows and white.
Yeah, the white.
Right. So how many bolts into each? You're
I've
dropping in and out.
Sorry, problems sharing laptop. 3 targeting shadow and the white.
So how many on each?
2 on the white, 1 on the shadow.
No worries, go for it. So we'll do the white first. So 2 bolts. Roll both of them.
12.
12. Yep. And second hit.
18.
No worries. So both of those hit. And he had 1 hit point, so he is just engulfed into fire, and just with a kind of last dying screech, he collapses on the ground. And where the shadows, they were kind of just completely evaporating into nothingness. What's left behind of this guy, you can see kind of a withered skeleton with still like sections of flesh just hanging off of it. But you can't see it's kind of what looks like a body anymore.
So this shadow, is it still alive?
And yep, so your attack roll on this shadow.
Alright.
That's
12.
right. Esme's got, what was that?
12.
That hits, give me damage.
6. Oh, 2
6
d6.
damage.
6. Hang on. 12.
Hang on.
Hang on.
Nice. Max damage. So
Yeah.
he takes 6 damage because he has resistance. So he kind of just shrieks in the flames. And you can almost see him like starting to evaporate now that kind of his anchor is gone. Esme's done. Geode, you're up.
Alright, well, I'm going to take just a normal attack action from my shadow
Your-
echo.
Yep.
Yep. Just normal roll. 8 on a roll, so be 9, 10.
Well, actually, you wouldn't have quite been able to move that far. Sorry, what do you roll?
I got a 10.
So yep, your shadow Geode takes a swing and just misses.
Alright, well then I will unleash Incarnation. So when you can heighten your Echo's Fury whenever you take the attack action, you can make 1 additional melee attack. Oh no, that's right.
That sounds
No, that's if I do it. Okay. That's it.
That's it?
Yep.
No worries. Don't want to keep moving?
No, not if we have to worry about this. I kind of want to get our animals and.
Okie dokie. Idrach, you're up.
I will move back towards the fire heroically. Now that most of the targets are dead,
Try more heroic than Azzoth.
and I will twin cast Sacred Flame at that shadow.
No worries.
So 2 saves, please.
A 16 on one, and a 2 on the other.
Well, the 2 definitely fails. So 7 damage from that radiant.
And with a burst of radiant energy, the last shadow is dead. DED. Just bursts into nothingness.
Come, my companions, I say nobly. Gesture everybody back towards the fire.
We roll our eyes at him.
Yeah.
Azzoth. Make another saving throw.
Make a save. 14 up, 15. Does 15 pass?
15, so you kind of duck around the tree, see everything dead up there, and you're like, alright,
We're all
everything's
good
fine.
now.
We're all under control,
Oh.
and you're fine. And we're out of initiative order.
Alright, well, I'll start bringing the ox probably slowly back because I'm guessing it doesn't want to be in anywhere.
Yeah, because it's dark.
Why am I all the way down here?
Because you ran away. You all ran
Because
away.
everyone was legging it.
So,
Geode. Geode stayed.
chicken shit. Okay, gotcha.
I was
Geode's
just
a
checking. I was watching the
brave
rear.
warrior.
I was watching our flanks.
Just making sure no one came from the south.
I'd like to pick through the remains of the white if I can.
No worries. So as you walk up to it, what was appearing to be kind of a dark robed, still kind of fleshy being, this thing is now just seems to be like just almost skeletal in appearance. He's still got his kind of robes, but what looked like bulked out flesh is now just kind of desiccated, dried husk. Give me a investigation check.
I investigate 9.
9. So you're kind of checking over him, and you're kind of pulling at his just tattered rags, and it's just kind of disintegrating in your grip, and you're kind of just like, ew, filthy, and pulling away like nothing of interest on him. Just kind of dusting your hands off.
Oracle.
Do we know anything about where they came from? Or who they were?
Nope, you didn't talk to him. So all you know is that he initially appeared to be kind of a human armored individual, and then just declared that he wanted you off of his road, and then immediately attacked. So you can take what you will from that.
Can we bring the ox back to?
That's what she does now.
Oh, okay. Where are you?
Yeah, the oxen, all the animals are kind of pretty shaken up. The donkey and the goat are kind of just quivering in fear, ducking in behind the tent. The donkey has run into the tent.
Oh,
The donkey was staked down, so it shouldn't have been able to move.
I don't know, donkeys are pretty hefty.
especially when scared.
I'm going to do a
any
strength check
animal.
for the donkey to see if it can climb into the tent. The donkey has ripped up its stake and has run and filled the interior of the tent up with dirt. And maybe a little
Sure, I've
bit
got false pants anyway.
If it wasn't, it is now. Alright, so would anyone like to do anything before you kind of settle down for the evening's rest?
So we've done an investigation of the whole area.
You want to check around as well?
Maybe, yeah, just to see if.
Alright, give me a perception or investigation.
$16.
16, as you're kind of just looking around, you're poking around where the shadows disappeared to, and you see just a glint of light coming from the creature's body. As you kind of move up to it after Idrach has left it, and you can see something on one of its fingers.
Can I have a closer look at it?
No worries, you want to touch it?
I don't know if I want to touch it. Can I call him over? I'm gonna call him over if he knows any, like, identify spells, maybe.
So you're calling Idrach over? So yeah,
Or
Idrach.
one of the girls. Who's
Wait.
the girls?
You've already identified, haven't
You
you?
want the wizard?
Yes.
Esme's the wizard. You can call her over
Esme.
if you want.
It's
They don't.
I have found something. Can you
Oh.
So
identify?
as the two of you move up close and kind of upon closer inspection, you can see a ring on one of these desiccated corpse's fingers.
Can I cast detect magic?
We're not casting
Can I?
it. That's your
Or can I just do it?
that's your racial ability.
My racial ability. Can I racial ability my detect magic?
You sure can,
wanna pull
and
her
this
up?
ring is kind of just quite brightly glowing in what school of magic would this be? Abjuration magic. So protection magic, essentially.
I've got protection magic.
Does anyone? So have we actually fully identified it? I'm gonna pull it off. I'll pull it off.
No worries. As you kind of reach down and wrap your hand around the kind of the bone and flesh underneath, almost falls to dust in it, and the ring just kind of easily comes off, and you dust it off, almost like Lord of the Rings, where they take the one ring off of Sauron the first time, and what's left of his finger just kind of disappears to ash in your grip.
Okay.
That's what happens. You're just left with this.
I'll just blow
This
the
ring
rest
in
of
your
the
hand.
dust off and sort of give it a shake out and be like, okay, cool.
So it's kind of as you're looking at closer at it, it's a kind of nice golden ring, and it's got a tiny, tiny little, very, very finely crafted hummingbird on the ring. In place of the stone, you can see little tiny gemstones encrusting this hummingbird's wings.
I'm gonna still ask the girls, like, do they know anything or have they come across any of this in their studies, maybe?
You guys want to make an Arcana check on it?
yes.
Is that me?
Roll it.
I know now.
What'd you get?
I got a 1.
Oh,
1. And Esme, what'd you get?
10.
A 10? Not sure. It's clearly magical, but you're not sure what it
Okay.
exactly does.
It's quite dark. We can't see very clearly.
Do you want me to bring it over to the fire and we can check it again?
Yeah, bring it over to the fire. Let me have a look at it.
Right, Idrach, you can do a Arcana check.
Yeah.
I'm holding onto the ring so he doesn't take it.
If Magnus is giving you a hand, you can have
Can I
advantage.
cast light on something? Because I've got.
We got the bush for
Fire should be
so we've
putting
got
out
enough
light.
Can you not
Fire
see
should be
it?
putting out
Around
a
the
decent amount of light. I mean, you can put light on something as well.
16 Arcana.
16? Yep, that'll be enough. This is a ring of evasion. Essentially, once you attune to it, it has 3 charges, and it recharges each dawn, a certain extent. When you fail a dexterity saving throw while you're wearing it, you can use your reaction to just choose to pass it.
So it's
I
I will
dexterity.
relay that the ring allows people dodge better.
Yeah, essentially makes you nice and dodgy if you're not so dodgy. That's the description of it. It's called the Ring of Evasion.
I'm going to suggest it's given to
Grant.
Beck, as she's the tallest and thus probably the least able to dodge.
That sounds good, yeah.
I can dodge, just not very well.
Dodge,
Fine.
duck, and,
Who's gonna be in fights most of the time is the thing.
Yeah, but it's for dexterity saving
Dexterity,
throws. So things like Fireball.
things that-
True.
Have not much dexterity.
Yeah,
Zero
things get
things that
shot.
hits a lot of people.
So people don't stay in combat, so
Okay.
either the shooties or the.
Bit to take it. What was it called?
But then you got a
Yeah,
pretty
that
hit
was-
the armor class though.
Yeah.
So mechanically, Ellen should have it because she's only got Dex 10.
Yeah, I think Alan should probably take it because you got a lot of armor class. And,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't want it for myself. I was just thinking who best it could go for. So yeah, you said
I've-
the girls or one of
The way else.
It just means that if you fail to save, your dexterity save is.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Three times a day, if you fail a save, you can just choose to pass.
Oh, okay.
So in the
Yes.
chat, I've put the description of it. I'll put it in Discord as well, so you can have a read.
Here you go. You can have a pretty hummingbird ring, and I'll give it to
Aw.
you.
Thanks, dude.
No problems.
Oh, so pretty.
I saw you tripping over those trees earlier, and we thought maybe.
The fireball.
You did
You're,
finish
at
him
the
off,
mighty
though.
wizardry, you are totally amazing. And the not tripping over that tree root you all pointed out to you.
I was distracted.
If you will walk round with your nose in your spell book, then what do you expect to happen?
All right, so amongst you, you're bickering and arguing. You finally settle the animals down, and Paul manages to kind of wrestle the donkey out of the tent. And you can settle down for an evening's rest if you like. You guys posting watch?
Yeah.
I'll
I'd say
post
so.
first.
So
Is
that's
it-
right. I'll get two.
I will accompany Grant's watch, so don't trust him not to run away.
Right. So I'll get screw it, I'll just get Grant and Lamb. You two can make perception checks.
6 plus 9.
And Grant.
Yeah, I got 9.
I got a 19.
Right. So as the night kind of grows on and everyone else ducks down, you don't see anything getting too noisy. But
Sorry, that
towards
was
the
a
end of
20,
your
my
watch,
mistake.
that's right. Towards the end of your watch, you can't help but notice Paul kind of sneaks out the side back of the tent, kind of pulls up the pegs, and he's trying to like smuggle the donkey back into the tent again.
Okay.
He's just like, "Come on, you're gonna cuddle with me. It's okay, donkey."
Oh, donkey.
I'm going to turn a blind eye to this.
And he smuggles the donkey back inside, and about an hour later, you can just hear Magnus from inside the tent just exclaim, "He's like, oh my, what, God, what, oh, God, get out!" Oh. And you see the donkey and Paul both kind of pushed out of the tent, and they kind of snuggle up next to the fire, cuddling together, keeping each other warm. But the rest of the night goes by without incident.
Sort of long rested.
Long rested. Geode, your strength is back to normal.
Yay!
Oh,
The next morning you Jesus Christ, what's going on here?
sorry.
So the next morning you wake up, Geode, you're feeling
At those.
rested and recovered. Elspeth, you wake up the next morning and just your stomach is just roiling. You must have had something nasty to eat in the meal last night.
Who was the cook?
Paul. I think
Oh.
Paul was cooking last night. Yeah.
Damn you,
Maybe.
Paul.
He probably didn't wash his hands after playing with the donkey.
Oh, great, now
anyway,
everyone's got
so-
pink eye.
Everyone's got a bit of gastro. So you set back off. Today is quite a clear day. The humidity is starting to ease up as you're working your way out of the swamp, and you pack up your tents and load up the cart and continue on moving up north. By about midday, you're back on out into the plains, and pushing on. You have a brief stop for lunch and to kind of rest your legs, and it's just kind of just empty, desolate plains, pretty much as far as you can see. You can see some mountains up to your north, but you don't see any travelers on the road. Nothing else. It's just a very, very kind of quiet day.
We next to the sea.
We're not actually next to the sea here, are we, Bryce? Where are we?
You're next to a river now. That's right. I was just getting rid of the ocean.
Cool.
But by the end of the day, you continue pushing on, and as the sun is starting to get lower, it's about kind of 5 o'clock in the afternoon, starting to cool off, and there's a nice kind of breeze coming from the north. And you come into sight of the Firbolg. Sorry. You came through here briefly before while I dragged your characters in so you can see what you're looking at. I'm going to just drag everybody in.
There we go. Alright.
You've got a whole horde of people following along with you.
Oh, there's a huge map.
There we go.
That's true. Is it just as blurry?
Everyone can see?
Yep.
Give it
Is
time,
this
it's
where we
loading.
were before?
Do I still have my second
Yep.
geode?
So this is the Flamborg, or the Flam Fortress. So it's that large earthen mounds kind of built up around the crossroads. So you guys previously came in from this direction. You can see from there. So it's large built up kind of dirt fortifications with stone gate houses with metal covered wooden doors, guarded by Crocodile Regiment soldiers. You briefly stopped in here to kind of resupply and buy a goat on your way down.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So as you guys all approach the southern gate this time, you get up close and you can see a Crocodile Regiment soldier with crocodile skin all the way down his right arm, and you recognise him as Rosto. This is the same guard that you had met before on the previous gate. As you come up, he kind of sorry, Sky had to duck off to make sure Freya doesn't scratch her belly open. So yeah, as you come up with the cart and your party, Rosto kind of looks at you and with a look of recognition, he kind of just gives you a nod. He's like, "Oh, y'all come back up this way. Mind if I search your cart again? Make sure there's no contraband."
Just out of interest, do you have a list of what is contraband?
Oh, y'all know anything, religious icons, any hard drugs or anything that y'all not willing to maybe still a little bit on the side. Anything that's gonna sacrifice the safety of anyone in here. Most anything you can go through, but y'all never know. If you're smuggling some slaves or something, we don't look like kindly on that. But anything else, y'all do whatever you want to do, really.
I remember if you have anything contraband in there.
Essentially, no. You've got 6 barrels of fermented swamp beans, and that's pretty much it, really. There's nothing much else in there. Whatever else you guys had, you're probably storing your tents and your bedrolls and whatever else in there.
Yeah, I'll admit, I'll give him a little thumbs up to go around the back.
So he kind of just has a quick, very, very cursory look, kind of just in the back. Looks at the barrels, like, what y'all got in them barrels?
Soybeans? Something like that? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was drunk.
You were. He goes, all right, y'all go on in. Don't make no trouble again. Have a good day. And he kind of just opens the second gate up wide enough that you can fit the cart through. And as you make your way into the larger compound, you can see the field on your right hand side has been freshly tilled. It was just kind of a straw and stubble before. This one looks like it's freshly tilled. Looks like they're going to be planting sometime soon. You can just hear some goats and sheep coming from coming from the paddock just to your north. You can see a workman just here in front of you. Oh, Moose is being cute. Yeah, you can see a workman patching a bit of a hole in the cobblestone road, and another one up on top of the roof, just patching the turf covering the top
I
of the
suggest we attack the
houses.
person repairing the road immediately. It's clearly suspicious behaviour.
And if you want, but as you do start to get closer to the one repairing the road. Oh, hey Moose. Oh, ow. You see he's got a crossbow slung on his back, and he hears your kind of hoofs clopping on the floor as your donkey and all of you approach, and he turns to look kind of just with a bored look on his face as he's just doing some work. And as he turns around, you can see running down the side of his face, he's got a tattoo of a small black feather, a raven's feather on the side of his face, and it kind of he just stops and stares, and you see his eyes go wide, and he just drops the shovel and starts to back away. And you immediately recognize him as one of the bandits that had signed their soul away in exchange for being let leave from after they attacked you.
This is
He
the
kind
one
of
that
like-
then somebody has shot me, isn't it?
No. Well, you don't know which one shot you. Oh no, you did. So you saw one shot you, and one was like, no, 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 leave him alone.
Which
but it was
one's
pretty
this?
dark. Give me a just straight intelligence check to see if you noticed / remembered, since you did get shot unconscious very
6.
shortly after. What's that? A 6?
Yeah.
Nah, in amongst the edge of it, you can't remember which one was doing the shooting, which one was trying to convince the others not to shoot.
In
but
which
this
case,
one's
I'm
kind
just going to shout bandit and point at him.
his hands are up in his back, and he's like, no, 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 we're just, no, just, I don't mean no harm, I'm just trying
Are
to,
there any
please.
guards near here?
Yep, you can see up on top of the edges, you can see a bunch of kind of crocodile regiment soldiers. Up on the
I
edge.
am going to shout that this man is a slaver and a bandit.
Is this the guy you see who enslaved me?
Yes.
Oh, I absolutely grapple him. I'll just dive on top of him.
You run up and grab.
Yep.
So give me a strength check or athletics check.
Oh, fuck off.
And that.
1, 7 with a nat 1.
That's right. He rolled a nat 1 as well,
Oh,
with a +2 to
Flailing
try
at
to get
each
out.
other.
So yeah, you kind of run up and you stumble over the pothole that he was filling, and like go to tackle him, and he kind of like realizes that he's dropped the shovel kind of between his own feet, and he trips over and goes over backwards. You kind of trip and fall and just slam on top of him, and you can see Rosto kind of just rushes on in from where he was standing. Let me just fix this up.
As he rushes over, I'm going to cast Eagle's Splendor on myself.
No worries. And yeah, Rosto's just kind of like, whoa, what the hell going on here? What y'all doing? Get
This
off,
man,
Albert.
this man is a bandit and a slaver. He was the previous owner of this wagon when it had that slave cage on it. He
Yes,
attacked us. He is a bandit.
There's the allegation. Do y'all got any proof about that?
Yes. He bears a mark on his face given him by our companion.
Well,
That's
we can all
that's
see that he
evidence.
got a mark on his face. He could have... Albert, where'd y'all get that mark on your face from? Albert's just like kind of looking around frenziedly and kind of like glances at...
I would like to intimidate Albert into confessing.
can I also help with that?
Yeah, sure. You sure
I
can.
be the intimidation person as well.
Could I use my strength for intimidation since I'm on top of him?
No, but I'll give Lamb advantage.
Okay.
I've already got
Sure
advantage.
helping. Yeah, well, alright. Roll it.
Super advantage.
No, not super advantage.
Super advantage.
Oh.
3 dice.
Right, the DC is slightly
17
lower.
then.
17. So he's just kind of like looking around. He's like, and like glances at Elspeth. He's like, oh, all right. They're telling the truth. I was, but that was my previous life. I've turned it over. I've seen the errors of
It
my
was
way.
2
She
weeks ago
helped
at
me.
most.
Well, yes, but I never really wanted to. Look,
You
it's-
shot me with a crossbow.
Well, no, that was him, and he points over, and the figure that was on top of the roof isn't there anymore. He's like, "What? That was Thok. He shot him. He shot you. I'm sorry. Look, I was just trying to make a living. I didn't
I
mean to
thought
harm
the
nobody."
crocodile regiment didn't allow slavery in these parts.
And Rostov's just like, "Yeah, that's true. We don't take kindly to slavers." And Albert, y'all confessing that you was a slaver. That correct? And I was like, yeah, well, yeah, I was, but I'm sorry, I'm not doing it anymore. And Rostov's gonna kind of move forward and just kind of rip the crossbow off of Albert's back. Like, well, y'all don't take kindly to slavers around here. We're gonna have a little bit of a chat. Come on in. And if you guys let him, he's going to escort him into their longhouse into here.
Do you want us to hunt down the other one? Fuck.
Where are we all at the moment on the map?
Yeah, Thok, he came in with Albert.
It's this one on the top, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's not there anymore. You've kind of looked up and he's not there anymore. And as Albert starts to kind of get, French frog marched into it, 1 second. Yeah, if you want to
Nope.
put all of yourselves where you are.
Are you inside now?
You're all up here
Okay.
with Albert.
It's not helping, Idris.
Idris is definitely helping.
Odds.
And
Oh,
there's
that's
Doc.
through.
Oh, that's Doc.
I just barrel
And
charge
as you
him.
see that, what's that?
I just start barreling and charging at him as fast as I
He
can
is
go.
going to, you look up, and as you charge towards him, he charges back towards you just with a bellowing roar, and you can see, here we go, let's do this. He has this just vicious, massive battle axe, and he's going to try to take a swing at you as you go to tackle him.
Ditto.
Well,
Yeah,
right,
fine.
he rolled a 19 plus stuff, so you give me your roll.
You better get a 20 for this, babe.
Okay. Gonna blow him.
Don't kill him!
Bryce, you need to move the oxen up.
I'm going for his arms then.
You can
Look at
move
this.
the options, right.
Nice. I got a 9.
So he does 12 damage to you.
Oh, I'll do that on
As
here.
this just massive blade sinks in, and as it sinks in, you just see his eyes just kind of just flare open, and just like you can see the whites of his eyes as he's just like spittle starts coming out of his mouth.
Why are we attacking this guy again?
He's attacking you.
Why?
So Azzoth has just kind of run to tackle him, and he's just kind of come screaming around the corner with this axe and just
So
chopped it into like deep into Azzoth's shoulder. Would anyone else like to do anything?
What's happening?
I'd like to cast sleep at second level, please.
Sorry,
I'm
1
charging him
second.
to
I'll just
attack me.
brief up Sky. So you've come into the Flambolg, and you've seen this dude here.
Yep.
There we go. This dude here with the crossbow was working on the road, but you've recognised him as the individual that one of the slavers that had tried to
One that ran
catch
away?
you and had captured Azzoth. And yeah, this was the one with the tattoo on his face of the raven feather.
Is this the one
as you
that I
took
got?
Rostov's,
Is
Yeah,
this
you've
the
got his-
Albert that I got sold from?
yes, you owned his soul.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, and then the other one has come charging around as Albert was being escorted into the building
Okay,
here
so
with the
potentially
Crocodile
Thok
Regiment.
is protecting Albert from
Pretty
being
much.
escorted.
So you're
Okay,
casting sleep.
cool.
Give me
Yes,
the
please.
roll.
Yeah.
What's your roll there?
I'm targeting it so it just catches the bad guy.
Yep. What you get?
26.
Sorry?
26.
26. This guy kind of rears his axe back ready for a second strike and then just falls face first, and the axe kind of clatters onto the ground next to him as he is sleeping unconsciously, just kind of snoring deeply. It's a good one for sleep. Do I have a good one for sleep? I don't know. Sleeping because he's got his alarm set. There we go. And kind of Rostov just kicks Albert's feet out from underneath him and drops it down to his knees and pins him so he can kind of control. He's like, "What the hell going on here? What's gone into Thok? Albert!" And he like slaps Albert over the back of the head, like grabs him by the hair. And he's like, "What the hell is your friend doing?" And you see a couple of other Crocodile Regiment soldiers hopping down off the wall and kind of running to see what's going on. And Albert's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know. He's usually really calm, but ever since he got that axe, I don't know. He's got anger issues. Okay, ever since he's got anger issues." And Rostov just kind of like drags him back up to his feet as a couple of other Crocodile Regiment soldiers get there and kick his axe away from him and start hog tying the sleeping individual as well. And,
I'll grab that
Rostov
axe.
You want to grab the axe? No worries.
I'll grab the axe.
So yeah, as you pick up the axe, it's finely crafted. You can see ruins are etched into the head, and the handle is kind of reinforced with kind of thick leather and you can see some like metal bands reinforcing around down near the handle.
Nice.
It's a great axe.
It
But
makes
Rosto,
me
you don't need to turn yourself sideways to walk.
Why you keep rotating?
I'm looking. That's the way I'm looking.
Rosto turns to you, Azzoth. He's like, "Well, that man attacked you. Y'all want to deal with him, or want to turn him over to us? We can deal with him."
Well, he's another slaver, so I think it would be useful if you dealt with him.
All right, we'll perform some justice on him. Hey boys, tie him up and bring him inside, and he'll bring those two into the barracks over here. And they all go inside. The kind of crocodile regiment soldiers. A couple follow in behind, and another one goes and takes up Rosto's position on the gate. And you guys are free to do whatever you like. So it's starting to get it's starting to get to dark now. It's kind of 5 o'clock in the afternoon, evening. If you like, as you come up towards the tavern, one of the young boys comes up. He's like, well, "Would you like me to stable your animals overnight for you, sirs and ma'ams? I can take care of them and I can feed them."
Well, yeah.
Is that over here? Is it the inn?
Yep, up here. So he'll take your goat and your donkey and your oxen.
And my Paul.
And your Paul.
And Paul, yeah, Paul is gonna kind of go along with the donkey, and the kid's kind of like, I guess so, Mister. I guess you could stay in the stable. That's okay, I guess. And but he'll take him up to the stable and start giving them some feed, just some basic, just some hay, maybe a little bit of grain for the donkey because he likes donkeys.
Alright, and this is the inn as well, I'm guessing.
Yep. So as you walk down, you remember you briefly stopped in here for a meal on your way down. So it kind of drops down and moves into a kind of large, open, compressed pit. You can see a large table running down the center. No one else is in here at the moment. You've walked past the lady out the front. She seems to be just kind of sweeping the front. You recognize her, and she just kind of gives you a nod. She's like, "Oh, I'll be in there shortly. I'll be preparing dinner if you want, but please make yourself at home and take a seat, take a load off. I'll be in there shortly. Or if you need any refreshments, one moment."
Just
And
nod
you
back
kind of
and-
continue on, go and take a seat inside, and she kind of hangs up a broom and follows you in, and
I'll go sit in the corner.
it's in your corner with your shiny new axe.
Rotate yourself.
Still like kind of blood just slowly like running out of this just massive chop into your side.
I'm going to admire his axe with him.
Yeah, so it's this like really nicely crafted axe with like fine runes engraved and embossed into the head. So,
That sounds nice.
very-
In my current axe, I just drop my current axe and just take this new axe.
no worries.
Just kick it aside.
Stick it aside. Yeah, I have no attachment, so I just drop it and just have the prettier axe.
The better
Right.
axe.
But
It's a
if everyone
fine
else
axe.
wants to move in inside, Lagarth comes in and would you like to have any refreshments, any drinks? I can have some ale. You have some basic wine.
To mind your finest ale.
Well,
How rich are we at the moment?
and
Oh,
you
yeah,
only have
that's
one
a
type
good
of ale. But, I guess you can have, and here I'll get you a mug of ale each if you like. Mug of ale each is like 4 copper pieces. So let's say 3
I got
silver
paid for them.
pieces
Okay.
for the round. If someone wants to pay for them,
Are you finished, Emma?
and she kind of comes and you can smell some cooking stew coming from the next room. And she's like, "Well, are you going to be staying with us tonight? I can prepare some rooms for you."
If you don't mind, yeah, it'll be. We'll appreciate the accommodation.
Oh yes, of course. We don't have anyone else staying in here, so there's plenty of room. So lodging will be 5 silver pieces per room, which will be 2. Hello, Emma. 5 silver pieces. So between the two of you. So it'll be how many of you guys are there? There's like 12 or so.
Yeah.
Let's say.
One gold piece. I'll just give him a gold piece.
Oh, I'll put this back.
Yeah. We'll go. A gold piece will cover the room. One gold piece and another 10 silver pieces for food for everyone for the evening if someone wants to mark that off. And she comes out a bit later with a couple of bowls of pretty simple stew with a chunk of bread on the side of each of them. You guys kind of settle down for a nice evening. You guys want to do anything?
First, roll a hit dice for a short rest.
Yep, no worries. As you're kind of resting, this is a nice axe, and you're kind of focusing on it and looking over it. And you can add an axe of +1.
I was gonna say, does it like look anything special? Should we get the girls to come back around and
Yeah, you guys want to
have a look at it?
go and make an Arcana check?
You want to do an Arcana check?
Yeah, I can help you on a con check. I got 17.
17? This is clearly some sort of an enchanted axe.
Good job.
In gameplay terms, it's an axe of +1 plus your hit point maximum. You can just feel kind of as you're just holding this axe as you're recovering, you just feel sturdy and strong as you're holding it. And your hit point maximum increases by 1 for each of your levels. So your hit point maximum increases by 4.
Ooh,
Nice.
Is that
nice.
is that from this? Is that the new axe?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
So
there
he's
you
just
go.
stolen from the big guy.
So that's the description of it. There you go.
Cool.
And I'll
What
put it
number
into
is that?
Discord as well.
What number?
The bandit didn't have this axe the first time.
Very much no.
Can I head over to where he was taken?
Yep. So as you're leaving to go down, so he was taken into this other place in here. Elspeth,
Yes.
you kind of just like as you sit down eating, you just kind of a wave comes over the top of you, and you're like shake your head a little bit, and you just feel better than anything you've felt in the last few days. You've been feeling a bit crook. You're still kind of feeling off in your stomach, but you gain 1 additional hit point onto your maximum HP.
Oh, what? How'd that happen?
You don't know. You're just sitting there, and you kind of just feel like just a wave come over you. You're not sure why.
Was that just Elspeth?
Just Elspeth.
Nice.
Okay, I think she didn't hear any of that.
I didn't hear anything. My thingy dropped out. Give me a
Oh,
second.
she's rejoining.
Yeah. So, what? You're rejoining? Can you hear us?
Okay.
Meg?
Okay,
now
now
I
I
can.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah. As you're sitting there, just kind of eating your meal, you just kind of feel this wave of energy kind of roll over you, and just feel strong and sturdy. And your maximum hit points increase by 1.
Oh.
Not sure why.
I don't care because it makes me feel good.
So Idrach, you're heading down back out here.
Yes, please.
So you kind of go up and knock on the barracks door, and it opens, and one of the kind of guards opens the door up and goes, "What y'all want?"
I was wondering if I could sit in on the interrogation of the prisoners. We were the ones that
prisoners.
pointing out.
Yeah, come on in. Prisoners might be the wrong word to use, and as you come inside, you can see Albert has been beheaded, and Thok is kind of just tied up to a post, with a kind of Rostov just sitting there, kind of with just wrapping a bloodied rag kind of off of his hand. And he turns around and he's like, we finished dealing with one of them slavers. Y'all want to talk to Thok before we finish with him as well?
Yeah, if you don't mind, he had a magic axe in his possession that I'd just like to know where he got it from.
Oh, well, he's all yours. And you see Thok is kind of just sitting there with his hands bound behind his back around one of the pillars holding the roof up. And you see him just kind of spit a glob of blood down on the ground. He just kind of looks up at you, and he's just looking just angry. He's like, "Give me my bloody axe back! Where'd you take it? Give me the axe!"
Well, yes, about that axe. it might be entirely possible that I can get it given back to you. Would you be able to tell me where you got it from? I say very persuasively.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's a... Hang on, sorry. Just doing maths. 18.
18. He kind of like looks up at you and he kind of just. How about this? You let me get out of here. I'll tell you all about the axe. Just let me go.
I can't let you go. I can make certain your axe is returned to you, and then I'll see what I can do about your release after. But you're going to have to tell me about the axe first.
All right. Look, we bypassed this place and we found a body of someone had killed a bloody bugbear, and we followed it back. We've heard that sometimes they keep valuables in their nests, and we thought we'd track it back to its nest, and lo and behold, there was an axe in it. So I picked it up for myself, and always been a fan of axes myself. Don't like crossbows like old Headless Albert here did. And anyway, so you gonna get me my axe back and let me get out of here?
If you can tell me where the bugbear's nest was, I will arrange for you to actually give it back to you.
Bugbear? Owlbear.
Owlbear.
Owlbear. Sorry, Owlbear's nest.
Okay.
It was. Did I say bugbear? I meant owlbear. Sorry.
Okay.
Killed an owl. Sorry, they found someone had killed an owlbear just to the south of here. Followed back to his nest. My bad. Sorry.
No, not a problem. I will arrange for your axe to be given back to you now. I will take Rothgo to one side and basically say to him very quietly, I'm going to arrange for the prisoner to get his axe back. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then I'll send Grant in to kill him.
No worries.
To give him his axe back and set him free. Never say I'm not a man of my word.
No worries. So, Idrach kind of walks back into the pub, and Azzoth, you're sitting there, finish your long rest, and he kind of, yeah.
Would you mind going and giving the barbarian his axe back? He wants to be set free.
Oh, I'll give it back to him. Calm down. Is he still in the...
What is his ex-prisoner? It might be worth you sort of going and setting him free and resolving some of your issues.
I'll just start
as
walking
as you walk in, kind of the guards kind of just sitting back, leaning against the fence, kind of just like one's having a drink of ale, and they're just kind of watching, and the door's left open as you walk inside. It's a basic kind of barracks room. There's beds down either side, bit of a fire burning in one end, and the table's been pushed back. You can see this tired and beaten individual kind of just sitting there. And like as you walk in, he sees the axe, and you can see him kind of start to shake. And he's just like, "There is, right, you're gonna give it back, Orc. Sorry about chopping you before. No hard feelings, eh?"
Yeah, no hard feelings. As I wind it back and I'll swing it straight at his throat. I'm giving his axe back. You can have it.
Letting him have it.
I'm letting him have it.
Give me an attack roll at advantage because he's prone, he's pretty much prone on the ground with his hands tied behind his back.
Emma roll.
Just
Emma roll.
beaten.
Emma roll, yep. Oh, nice Emma. That's just one. Okay, so 16 plus 7 now.
Nice. And roll damage.
16, 23.
I'm also going to do Menacing Attack on that.
Menace?
So if I
Yep. Cool.
hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can spend one superior die to frighten the target, and also add the damage roll. 1d12.
Just a roar of rage. You just slam this axe into him. So
So
roll the
4
damage.
plus 5, that's 9, plus a d8. So she keeps on d20s. That's right, I rolled 7. So that's, let's say, 5, 9, 16.
And the
damage.
axe just cleanly, just beautiful slice, like it's barely even there, separates his head from his body. And his body is just kind of just slumped, sitting against this pole, and your axe is just bit deep into the central pole, and you just feel power in you as you're like, yes.
That's good.
And Rostov kind of like, whoa, it. Don't chop the house down, y'all, lumberjack. That's a nice swing. Y'all want these two body, or you want us to get rid of them?
Let them go. They're free.
And hey, while you're at it, hold up there, and he reaches up and throws you a purse that was on one of the belts with just 3 copper pieces in, and 2 silver pieces. Like, that was the pay they got from the last couple of days' work. I feel that should make up y'all having to deal with these filthy slavers, but we'll take care of the bodies if y'all want.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Yeah, just a couple of loose coins essentially that they'd been paid for the last day's work.
3 copper.
Right. While they're gone, anyone else wanted to do anything in the tavern?
I want to just talk to the lady and see if anyone's passed through recently, or there's any sort of gossip and news.
Oh, well, no, it's been quite quiet here for the last couple of days. Not many passing through, other than those 2. We hired a couple of wanderers to do some work around here. They're a little bit lazy, but they're doing some work for us.
Okay.
I mean, we're meant to be receiving a delivery of pickled herring from the north. It was meant to arrive this morning, but it hasn't shown up yet. So, where are you? Are you heading up north by any
From
chance?
the north? Are we going up north? Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll continue up north back to your hometown.
Okay, yeah, so I'll say we're heading up north back to, whatchamacallit?
If you could keep your eyes open on the way for a wagon, or maybe a horse. Just see how they go. Hopefully they haven't run into any trouble.
So yeah, it's usually on time, there's no...
Oh, no, not necessarily. It could be nothing. You know, some of the merchants are a little bit lazy coming from up there. But if you can just keep an eye out for them, just in case you see them on the road and they,
Yep.
who knows, their cart might have broken down.
Okay, I'll give her a nod and I'll go, yeah, since we're heading up that way, I'll keep my eye out for him.
Also, I don't know maybe if it has anything to do with it, but just last night I was up laying on the roof trying to get to sleep. I don't know what this accent is, but one of the falling tears came down. There was a huge meteorite came overhead and I saw it streak down into the grassland to the north. So hopefully, I mean, what are the chances that a cart could have been hit by an asteroid like that? Or a meteor? I don't know about astrological terms. No. If you could keep an eye out for them, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, we might check that out on the way up as well, I guess. Thank you very much for the information. Thank you.
So yep, nothing else of interest. Anyone else want to do anything else for the night?
No.
No worries. So you have a long rest. Whoever was paying for that, remove whatever money you needed for that.
Yeah, I
Who wants to
did
pay for it?
I'll pay for it.
I did it.
Oh.
I
What
think
was
so.
the gentleman you are, Azzoth?
I didn't pay for it.
Who's
Who's
paying
paying
for
for
I
it?
did.
Ah,
Geode
thank you,
paid for it.
Geode.
Yeah, it was only like 1 gold for all of you guys for the night, for the few rooms. And you pack up, come out, and the boy helps you hitch the ox to the cart, and kind of pull. You find him kind of snoring happily away in a pile of straw in the stable up here. He kind of like picking straw out of his mouth, comes out, and you guys set back off on the road. Yeah. Not next to the dock town. So yeah, you guys continue heading north. As you start to move north, you can see the mountains rise up on the right hand side. If everyone can see that, and there's just a kind of a wind coming down, just blowing now off the grassland to your west. That may be too loud. Let's turn that down a little bit. It's a other than the wind kind of blowing through, you don't see anyone for the first half day's march. After lunch, about kind of 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you come across a a fairly sturdy bridge. It's built of just heavy rocks. I don't have a map for it yet. Heavy rocks. It seems to be very, very well constructed, but it does seem to be showing bits of wear and tear, where it hasn't been kind of maintained as well as it used to be.
So we haven't noticed anything about this cart, maybe, or any
Give me
Meteor?
a perception check for your march on your way up there. And if you want, you can check out the bridge.
17.
17. Looking, keeping an eye on the road as you're going. You don't see any recent cart tracks, or you don't see any sign kind of off the sides of it. Coming up on the bridge, you kind of having a look around of it. It's a little bit crumbling now on the sides. Definitely in needs of some repairs, but it still seems sturdy. But yeah, you haven't seen any sign of anything at all. But shortly after crossing the bridge, you can see a bit of kind of smoke just kind of gently drifting up from the grassland just to the right-hand side, the east of the road. Still a little ways off, but not too far away.
Kind of thing?
Yeah. Looks like it's kind of in line with the road, but just a little bit north and off to the eastern side.
Okay.
As you continue moving closer, you can see a large, a series of large boulders on the right-hand side, off to the east of the road. You can see they're kind of smouldering and smoking still, and there's a large scar.
I cast Mage Armor.
Pressure. No worries. Mage Armor on yourself. Esme, Mage Armor. So I'll drag you across.
Where am I?
My combat
Has
is
this been-
tingling.
Not
Has this been like a
necessarily.
day or so since the town?
So if you guys want to go investigate,
Where are we? So we should be on here?
right? Can everyone
Oh.
see?
Oh, no, there we are.
Yep. Are we meant to be on the path? Is that a path?
So essentially, no. So the path is off to your left, back to the west, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So just for simplicity, we'll say you've left your followers with the cart on the path, because this is kind of moving off into kind of just grassland. You can see
What's
this
a
large.
Firbolg?
So don't
Yeah.
worry, we'll get there. So as you're moving off the path, you can see a large kind of scar in the grassland running along here, and just a series of large smoking boulders. Looking up just on the other side of one of the large boulders, you can see a couple of figures, odd-looking figures. From this range, you can't really make them out, but they look like they've got wings, kind of big bulbous heads, just kind of sitting there. You can probably just see the one from where you are, but if you move around, you can kind of see. Looks like maybe there might be another one just in behind.
Right, when you say bulbous heads, do you mean frog-like?
No, not frog-like.
I can see two.
As you're kind of stopping and getting a better look, I'll show you what you can see, because you're close enough to at least see one of them. Can everyone see that?
Oh,
what's
it's
that
a cute
friendly?
little gremlin thing.
And they're kind of just sitting there, not looking your direction. They're kind of, you can see this one here, it's just staring to its front. They're sitting on top of a rock.
Well, I want to try and investigate, because I'm guessing this is the Meteor street.
Identify what that is.
Huh?
Do I recognise it?
What sort of check would we like for that? Give me a
I'd
history
like
check.
religion, because I can do that.
Nah, give me a history check.
Have I seen this in one of my many books?
You can give me a history check as well.
Oh, bloody hell.
So this streak up here, that's the Meteor crash zone, I'm guessing?
On history.
Yep, so it looks like the meteor has come from the
I'm
west.
historically 8.
What's that? 12 and 8?
Number 8.
Yeah, so you don't know what it is. So yeah, this meteor looks like it's come from the west and like slammed and like crashed its way in from here and split off into different chunks. So there's the main chunk of it is here, then you can see a whole bunch of smaller lumps of meteor kind of laying around in the wreckage.
Okay.
And kind of they're still just smoking and kind of sizzling.
Are there materials that things need meteorites for? Like,
You can investigate one of the rocks if you want to see what it's made of.
sure. Just an investigation?
Can I delete that one? Delete that. Can't delete that. Alright, screw it, they're staying there.
Or
Give me a nature check. Or nature or investigation.
I'm not very good at these.
Neither am I.
17.
Couldn't help you. I'm
17. So in amongst it, you can see kind of
Or
certain
investigation.
sections that look like they're metallic in nature.
Can I extract them somehow?
With a 17, yep, I'll say you can kind of. It's still hot as you're getting closer, but with your weapon you can kind of lever out, and we'll say there's about 20 kilos of meteorite metal. You managed to kind of lever out in a bunch of smaller chunks.
In small chunks. That would be enough for a weapon, wouldn't it? 20 kilos.
Yeah, you could probably get a couple of weapons out of that. Forging it down.
Where are we mining?
So she just Geode is levering a bunch of metallic chunks out of. Can't I get rid of this?
Sorry, is this where she is at the minute?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
There's a chunk of meteorite right there.
Yeah, just levering out a bunch of chunks of meteorite metal. As you're getting closer and kind of looking around, you can see two of these odd bulbous head creatures. Now they're both just kind of sitting there, just with their hands kind of like underneath their chins, and they're just staring daggers at each other, just glaring at each other, almost like in a staring contest.
Mommy.
And they're just glaring at each other. They kind of don't react
I
as
still
you guys are kind
haven't
of
seen where this
wandering
second one
around.
is.
They might be blocked from the stone, but as you're walking,
Okay,
you should be able to see it
further
there.
up. Okay, yeah, sorry.
But yeah, as you're moving around, you're kind of just seeing this thing kind of in amongst there, just kind of sitting on a stone each.
Can we
Staring
see
at each
what
other.
they're glaring at? Or they're glaring at each other, are they?
At each other. They're just sitting there with their hands kind of tucked under their chins, just glaring, just unblinkingly at each other.
Why?
Not
Did
saying
we want to get
anything.
involved in this?
I want to see if there's something that they're going to be fighting over, maybe.
As you kind of get up close and you're kind of looking around, you don't see anything else in particular. Give me a perception check if you want to try to look closer. I like how everyone's spreading out. Why would you be doing that?
9.
9?
Yeah.
From here, you'd have to get closer. It's kind of hidden behind this large boulder here.
Okay.
What can I see from here, Bryce? Close to this bottom one.
So that's a large boulder there. Give me a perception check.
Sorry, I've lost my character sheet again. 12.
12. It's funny. They're kind of the boulder down here. Kind of, I know, seems almost kind of spongy. Like you walk up and as you stand next to it, kind of the ground just feels off. You're not sure why, and you kind of kick the boulder, and it's still hot, but it's kind of almost has a bit of kind of give to it, almost like the outsides of the boulder are, I don't know, maybe moss or something, but it's just odd.
I'm gonna prod it with a stick.
Yeah, same thing. They kind of it's solid still, but like underneath, but the surface seems to be kind of maybe breaking down or something. You're not sure what's going on with it. Maybe something to do with coming from space, or maybe it might just still be hot. Not sure.
I'm gonna start heading towards this. I'm guessing this is the main meteorite that fell.
Yep.
Oh, I'm stuck again.
You should stay back there.
Sorry?
You stand back there.
Yeah, I've got a feeling something bad's gonna
Actually,
happen.
no. Before I even get to them, I'm gonna manifest my second echo, just in case.
Okie dokie. As you guys are getting closer, these two creatures just still staring. They don't even seem to be acknowledging your presence.
Alright, I need that second token, Bryce.
I don't want to get that close, actually.
Point it straight at him.
I was like, I'll hide behind the rocks, but that's probably a really bad idea.
Alright, and I'm gonna put it...
Can kill him.
So I'm just watching them up. I
Need to
don't
make
think
a
it's a
second
good idea.
token that's
I'm gonna-
you,
yeah,
but
that's-
faded.
Yeah.
Because I think your armor class is your
Yeah, I've been changing that.
shadow is 16.
Yep, there
Emery.
you go. I've been changing that. 15 feet. So I've put my...
And as your kind of shadow gets closer to those things, you hear this one on the south just kind of like, we're a little bit busy here. If you could leave us be. And he hasn't broken eye contact. He's still just staring at the one.
I'm gonna have
cross.
my echo
Thank you.
just sort of... I don't know, I kind of want to start moving up over here. Because I don't think
Do you mind making a racket? Could you just go away?
What are you checking? What are you looking at?
Oh, well, I think it's quite clear what I'm looking at. This big bulbous-headed fool in front. And the other one's like, bulbous-headed? Look at your head. It's at least twice the size of mine.
What are you two guys arguing for?
Well, he thinks that he can move it. You can't move it. Look at those spindly little arms.
What are you trying to move?
Oh, you're still here.
Yeah.
We need to move the bloody boulder. Stupid rock crashed down.
What's under the boulder?
You like asking questions, don't you?
Well, yeah, because I might be able to help you guys.
I'm sure you could help, you big, strong, non-bulbous-headed creature.
Hey,
The
if
other
you're
one's
gonna
like,
keep that up,
bulbous-headed,
I
you're
won't
calling
help
me.
you
No,
at
I'm
all.
calling her bulbous-headed. And they're like just bickering at each other for a second. Like, all right. They're bigger than us. Yes, I guess they're bigger than us. All right, they stop and kind of like finally turn to face you.
Do you want our assistance?
I guess you obviously more brawns than brains on you folk.
Sure, whatever.
Well, look, we've crashed down here from up there, and they kind of indicate back up to the sky, and we've in the crash we've lost our bones. They're underneath that boulder. We tried to lift it, but it's too heavy for us. You see, we're
Sorry, Bryce, just to
intelligent with
check my
smart
understanding
folks.
of something. This is a moon fragment, isn't it?
Correct. So it's one of the shards of the broken moon that were floating around up in space that you see crashing down every so often, and they kind
Are
of point
men
you
in
to
the
this.
moon a thing?
History check.
18.
18.
18, yes. 1-8.
Some scholars believed through their observations that they had seen some sort of, civilization up on the moon before it was cracked open during the war, but there's no information about what that could have been. But through series of arcane telescopes and observations, living things had been seen on the moon
Okay.
before it was destroyed.
Cheers.
Okay. You said bones. Wouldn't they have been pulverized by the rock falling onto them?
Look at this one. Thinks she knows about our bones. Just chuckling to each other. Oh, you little people down here. You think you know things. That's cute. No, they'd be fine under there. They're just, we can't quite manage to lift them off at the moment. At the moment, yes, of course. With enough time, we'd be able to, through leverage and cunnings and smarts, we'd be
What
able
are
to
the bones so
pick them up.
important?
Ha! You don't even know why bones are important.
Well, I know what my bones are important, but I don't know why your bones are important.
Look at you, I'm sure your bones don't even know anything. Ha! Silly people. Alright. I guess. Look. Our race, the Burberlangs. We used to live up there, up on the moon, before your silly little squabbles cracked our home and tore it apart. So, used to study things, you see. We're very well educated up there. And, we study the remains of beings. And, bones, they hold all sorts of interesting scientific information, and, we store that information on our bones. But, we crashed down here, unfortunately, with you stinky, weird creatures, and, our bones got buried underneath in the crash.
So the gods destroyed your world potentially as well as ours.
Well, I believe that the gods, you know, they were more bothering with you people down here. You know, you couldn't just leave well enough alone. But whatever you happen to be doing with them, destroyed our home, and it's just not conducive to good scientific research. I'll tell you that much. But if you can get our bones, it would be, I guess, appreciated.
Okay, Squawk, do we want to know anything about the bones?
Well, they just they hold all of our knowledge. There should be two bags under there. My bag is obviously better and you know holds more, and the other one's like, ha, you think you know more. Your bag may be bigger than mine, but it's worthless. You don't even have any good information in it.
What's in the recovery of these bones for us?
Well, I was gonna say, we've got a couple of people in our party that like to learn knowledge and understanding. Are you able to help them in their studies?
He could give you some the gift of knowledge, as it were. And
I roll sense motive on that.
Yeah, give me an insight check.
You're not over there. Are you over there now? Are you coming over there?
A
He is now.
8.
8. It's hard to get a read on these things. They're very odd. They're clearly arrogant and think they're better than all of you. It's hard to get a read what their intent was with that little remark. And they kind of, at the same time, pull out a small pouch off of kind of where they're sitting, and they plonk it down next to them, and they're like, "Well, we don't have much need for these down here, so here you can have these, as well as the gift of knowledge, as it were." If you can,
I'll take a questioning look over to, I think it's Esme, because Esme's the knowledge, or are you both reading up on knowledge?
Esme's smart. She knows stuff.
Well, I just wasn't sure. I couldn't remember who was researching. Or they were both researching. Beck, were you researching as well?
I don't remember. Was I?
We were.
I was researching. Clearly, I was in my own little world researching something.
Alright, well, I'll give a questioning look over to you guys and go, do you want the knowledge that they're somewhat...
Do you want dubious knowledge from beyond the moon?
I can... Oh, can I deal with them?
You can talk with them.
I can have a chat with them. I'll be like, so you guys having trouble trying to collect your bones under this rock? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, we're going to help them.
Yeah, we'll help them. I will help you if you touch my special pendant of magic powers. I don't.
You make it sound so creepy.
I recommend against touching her pendant of magic powers.
They look at you and just instantly scoff, and they're like, "You think us fools? We're not touching and signing any contracts with your kind. Look,
but
you can get
it's
us
not a
our
contract.
bags. If you can get us our bags, we will reward you."
Oh no, I like to get paid up front, so you need to touch my pendant and I will get you your bag.
Azzoth, are you willing to help move this rock if I help you?
I'm moving it.
No, touch my pendant!
They just look at you and blatantly.
I'm going to cast Bull Strength on you, which should give you advantage on strength check.
Oh, okay, nice.
I've already started picking it up.
Cool.
Right, so you guys are moving this rock. So it's this rock down here, if you like. So Geode,
okay.
Let's head down together.
Do you guys need any
and
help?
Azzoth, are you guys rolling the rock out of the way?
Yep.
Oh, so this is the living rock.
So,
Strength check?
yeah, I said Bull Strength should give you advantage, Grant.
Okay,
Alright.
cool.
So Geode and Azzoth, you guys moving it together. Where are you, Azzoth?
We're down.
I went down to the rock.
can't see you.
Huh?
Yeah, right, is Geode on top? Oh no, you're on top of the rock. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh.
in the same
Right.
side.
So which way are you rolling the rock?
We'll push it
The
this way, just
easiest
again.
way. No, there's a stone there, so we're better off pushing it over towards.
You can push it towards Idrach, or probably easiest pushing it that way or that way.
Or if you push it this way, you said this has got a like a cavity, so you shouldn't be rolling downhill if you push it this way.
Sure. It's kind of sitting there, yeah. So it's probably easiest if you push it back up. But honestly, either way, it's probably much of muchness. It's kind of in a bit of a indent in the ground. But I'll get you both to roll athletics check, and Azzoth at advantage.
Advantage. So 14 plus 6, so 20.
12.
And 12. Right, that's right. That's enough. With that, you kind of sink your shoulders in and heave with all your might, and the boulder rolls off to its side, and underneath you can just see this kind of just weird thing. And as you focus into it, you're like, what the hell is that? And whatever that strange layer is, you can suddenly see open a series of eyes and mouths as everyone rolls initiative.
Oh.
Oh, good. Do I still have bull strength?
Yep. That lasts for, is it an hour or a minute?
I think so. But it doesn't actually benefit you in combat. It's only on strength checks.
Yeah. But if
Oh,
you
what a
try to
grapple.
grapple one.
Initiative, you said?
Yep, everyone roll initiative. And don't move yourselves from wherever you are. Alright, so everyone done?
Yep.
25 down to 20.
19.
Very nice. What's your... Oh, no, that's right.
Sorry, he was meant to be...
So you got Geode.
And Elspeth got 19.
Doesn't move around the shadow.
What did Elspeth get?
I'm on mute.
I got 19 as well. Sorry.
19 as well? Alright, no dramas.
Who's got the... I think you got higher dex than I, maybe.
wants to go
My
first?
dex is +1.
Geode, what's yours?
Is that what?
+1 also.
Okay, both of you roll it. Unless
Roll
one of
again.
you just wants to
roll
volunteer to
again.
go first and second. Yeah, just roll
I
a
got
straight
an
d20,
eight.
tell me what it is. 8,
I got
Sky,
a
what'd you
10.
get? Okay, so Geode's first, followed by Elspeth. Right, working down. 15 down to 10. Anybody?
I got 15.
Grant, what'd you get?
14.
14, cool. So, Idrach.
Well, I had 2 to my roll. You don't add anything.
Oh, 14.
Cool. That was Esme. Sweet as that's everybody, I believe, yes?
Yep.
Huzzah, we're all in double digits.
Oh, did we roll poorly before?
You got a 1 before.
Oh,
I
sweet.
got a 3 or something.
Right, so Geode, you are first up. And give me uno secondo so I can show you what you see.
This guy's...
Yeah. Everyone see that?
A
The
gibbering
ground seems to
mouther.
just come alive with just tendrils and mouths and eyes and teeth. Hopefully everyone can see that alright.
Yeah.
That looks quite.
At the start of your turn, you can just hear these mouths just chattering and gibbering and muttering, and they're kind of sinking into your mind. I need you to make a DC 10 wisdom saving throw. So roll wisdom save and tell me if you get 10 or more.
Yeah, 1 second. What language are they speaking?
None that you can tell.
Okay, because I'm common and primordial.
Yep,
Okay, cool.
nothing that you can tell.
Alright, and you said wisdom save?
Yep.
Well,
Well, right, you'll find you kind of just like steal your mind. They're just muttering and gibbering, and you can't tell what they're saying. It's just unearthly words. Alright, your turn. What do you want to do?
Alright, I'm going to bring my echo with no action down to here. I think that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
How do you get the
You can
ruler?
get around here. I think that was
This
right.
one? And then
You can hide it right there.
Can I shout out at these guys going, what the bloody hell are these things?
I don't know. You're the rock person. You tell us.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the guys that were getting these bones off.
You turn and these guys have gone back to staring at each other. And you can just hear slight bickering.
Who's this guy?
Stan.
If only I had
What'd you like to do?
lightning. I'm just going to hit him. I'll hit this
Alright, do it.
this guy at advantage because he's there.
No, you finish this page first.
And then
Hey, no, you don't do
I'll
that.
also take my Unleash Incarnation as well. 18 plus stuff. 18 plus 5?
18 plus 5, yep, that hits. Roll damage.
Alright.
No, mommy.
Oh, snake eyes again? Wow.
Reroll it.
Jeez. Alright, so that's 5, 8 for the first hit, and then because I'm doing the incarnation, it comes from my shadow now.
Okay.
So it's still at advantage, yeah, because it's flanked. 16.
Yep, that hits.
And 8 damage.
Roger. Alright, so you just hack into this thing with your sword and just start slicing it all up.
Do these guys stop freaking doing anything, or are they just staring off still?
Nope, they're just bickering at each other. You can't hear what they're saying from where you are.
Alright, but Elspeth would most probably have heard me yelling out to them.
Yeah.
Yep. Elspeth, your turn.
My turn. What did she yell at me?
Oh, I was
Yeah,
yelling
it was
at the things, going, "What the hell are these creatures?" kind of thing. So they didn't.
And Elspeth, up near Firbolg, you can just hear these things and like, ha! Idiot lizard creatures, they don't even know. I bet they don't even study.
So I don't know if you want to find
Can't
out
read.
what they
So
are.
can I ask them, what are these creatures? What have we unleashed? I'm moving your rock.
Do you want to spend your action talking to him?
No, I don't. I want to cut. Can I? Is that a bonus action?
Well, you read it,
Talking
you
to
tell
them? I
You
don't
might as
know.
well try and get information.
Well, because they're
Well,
pretty much ignoring, you can spend your action to try to convince them to pay attention and give some sort of useful information to you.
Okay. Well, okay. So can I spend my action talking to them and try and get that information? So,
Just
hey,
give me a
bro.
persuasion check.
Oh man, not very persuasive, am I?
These guys are dicks.
17.
17, they're like, they're gibbering mouthers. Just pretty block your ears when you get close to them.
Okay.
Mess with your head.
Oh, they mess with your head. What else do they do? What else can they?
These folk don't even know what these things do. Silly little people. And they go back to just bickering. They're
Okay,
like,
guys.
you don't even know what they do. You don't know what they do.
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
And they're just paying you off entirely.
Oh, well. Guys, I think you might need to block your ears.
Earmuffs.
And in doing that, can I walk? I need to get. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do like I know I'm doing that, Jax. Okay, so I'm gonna. Can I leander down a bit? Let me just see. I'll go over here. I'll just go there. How do I do that? Okay, so if I go 10, 20, might do 25. There. Yeah, I'll just go here. Can I unleash my spiritual weapon, please?
You sure can.
Mommy, we just died.
What do I?
It's a dot.
Do I? That's
Yeah,
another
it's
attack.
not a
Isn't
very
it?
creative, but yeah.
Mommy,
Okay, so
Where would
my
you like to put it?
so my book will float over. I can't see because of these shadows. Damn it.
Yeah, the
Damn
boulder
it.
kind of gets in the way.
Okay, can I just I'll just go. Oh yeah, I'll just go there. Oh no, can I go here?
You sure can.
Yeah, and then I'll unleash my fury through my book, my flying book.
No worries.
Oh, we need
Roll
to
it.
get a flying book for
Can where's the dice?
Yeah, I'll make a token for you next time.
I've got a 6. Or do I add something
It's
else
up
to
to
it?
you. Read it.
No, a bonus action you can move to. Yeah. No, I'll fire through with a weapon on a hit. The target takes force damage. Plus. No, what? Why are you it? I don't get it. Don't help
So
me,
it's your normal
please.
attack.
Well, before you yelled at me for helping you, so I don't know.
Can you please help me now?
Okay.
I love you.
It's 6
I
plus
think
your
it's
attack.
spellcasting.
So
It's
that's
I'll
spellcasting.
12
Bye.
or 12 or 11.
Yeah, I think yours is 6.
I think it's 6.
Oh, 4. Sorry.
No,
Right, so
spell
hit.
Oh,
Four
6.
damage.
Oh, it is 6.
6.
That's
One
1d8
damage.
damage plus your spellcasting.
Can I get the D8, please?
Mm.
There's one
Yeah,
D8.
you can have a d8. Here's your d8.
Thank you. Oh, that's on an angle. Hold on.
The 1
That's a 1.
plus 6.
Plus 6, 7.
Nice.
Oh, look, I got a
Damage.
book.
Yep, force damage.
Nice. And force damage. Sweet. No worries. Cool. That's your turn done.
Yeah, that's my turn done.
Alright, it is up to this one's turn. It's kind of just gonna like and just spit this nasty, horrific lump. 1 second.
Which one's
Let's see
attacking,
how it'll-
sorry? The one with the dog?
This bottom one down, and I'll ping
Okay,
it in a
that's
second.
been flanked by us. The Geodes.
So it's going to spit a lump right. Right here, and I need Geode and Azzoth both to make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, pardon me. Dex save.
15 plus 15.
15. Yep, you're good. Geode.
13.
13. Just good. So yep, this lump just kind of goes over your shoulder, then just explodes into brilliant light. As it just kind of rapidly catches fire and just bursts in light. You manage to kind of duck your eyes away from it, and you're okay. And then it is going to take a bite at who does it want to hit? Let's go
Eeny, meeny,
Geode.
miny, mo.
Oh, natural 2, and it tries to chomp onto you, but you manage to move your leg out of the way as it tries to bite you. And it's over to Idrach, followed by Azzoth. Idrach, I'll get you to, before you do anything, make a wisdom saving throw.
So they're
Natural 20.
Nice.
No worries, you're fine. So you kind of just hear this gibbering and chattering in your brain, but you just shake your head and you're fine.
I'm going to fail this.
You're gonna
I will cast. I will smack the end of my staff into the ground, and a resonating sound will come out. So I will toll the dead.
Yep, on which one? I'm guessing on the one that's been hit.
Sorry, what? There's only one gibbering mouther, isn't there?
No, there's 2. There's
It's
one
true.
here,
Yeah, because
Behind
you
the
can't
rock.
see behind the rock.
There's one next
another
to my
one
book.
buried underneath the rock.
But you can't see it.
Yeah. Where is
Oh,
that?
sorry, I can't see that one. I will do the one that's been hit.
No worries. Wisdom saving throw.
So you can
Yes,
see
please.
this one, right?
Wisdom, that's a 13. What's your DC?
My DC is 15, I think.
Cool. So it fails. Give me some damage.
Cool. Oh, just getting a D12 out. Never have the die I need.
Prepare your dice, damn it.
He's being helped by the spaniel.
Ah, yes, very helpful.
One of these. No, there we are. 11.
Oof, nice.
And then I'd like to back 30 feet away,
Make
heading...
a strength saving throw.
Strength.
Me?
Yep, you.
But...
Make a strength saving throw. No butts. These things don't have butts, only lots of eyes and mouths.
I think that's a 9?
So as you go to turn and run, you realize, without you noticing, your feet have kind of sunk into the ground as it's kind of turned into this doughy consistency. As you go to run, your foot just goes, and it just seizes, and you see little tendrils kind of latch over the top of your feet.
And then I go, fuck this for a game of soldiers, Misty Step.
Done. Where to?
30 feet to the northwest.
No worries, you can move yourself there.
I will do that in a second.
That's right, I'll move you as well. Azzoth, you're up, followed by Esme.
Just I
Okay, I'll
love
take
the
a
throw.
attack of this one. Oh, yeah. Throw.
Azzoth, at the start of your turn, make a wisdom saving throw.
Good luck.
And what? Me fail. 15 thing. Okay. I'll take a swipe at the one on the right here.
Is that an advantage?
Which one are you
The book-
attacking?
The one with the
The
door.
one on the
The
right.
book doesn't count as a creature.
Cool.
Right, give me a roll.
No, Emmett, stop gripping.
If you attack the one underneath, it's like a double. Or no.
13 plus 7, 20.
Yep, that'll hit. Give me damage.
And I'm going to do a menacing attack on that.
Mhm.
Yep.
So I'll do my d12. So it's 11 plus 5. So 16.
16 damage.
And my d8 as well, which is 8. So what did I say before? 16 plus 8?
24.
24
Sorry, also, did you take damage? What hit you?
from the last time, from before. I only rolled, from the
Sorry, I forgot as
Eight
well, my
smoke.
bad. So as you got hit, you just felt this churning rage come over you.
Your mum is doing
You're just
something.
angry. So, yep, carry on.
so 24 damage on that one on the right. And
Is that on
because
top
it's
of
a
that 16?
no,
Total.
that's total.
Damn it.
And
16
you
minus 10 more.
you need to do a wisdom saving throw, DC 14, and on a failed save, you're frightened until the end of my next turn.
No, he's fine. He got a 16.
Okay. And I'm going to action surge.
Go
And
for
take
it.
another shot. And that's a, oh wait, no. Okay, I've got a 4, so that would make it plus 7 would be 11.
11.
And I'm going to do a
11.
precision attack, so add a plus 5 to that, so 16.
Yep, that hits.
And 7 plus 5,
12.
12. And that's it.
12 damage?
Yep.
No worries. This thing's looking pretty smashed up as you're just wailing into it with his axe.
And that's me.
Cool. Azzoth's done. Esme, your turn.
I would like to cast levitate for myself.
Yep, no worries. You are levitating.
Okay.
You
And then I would.
straight up down.
Can I not? I thought I could move horizontally as part of that.
Nope, that would be the fly spell. Levitate, you go straight up and straight down. Also, at the start of your turn, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ah.
Sorry, before you cast that spell.
Ah.
I realise it's within 20 feet. Yeah.
23.
23? Yep, you're fine.
Okay. So casting levitate, and then I will cast firebolt at Idrach.
Is levitate a bonus action or an action?
I don't know. Sorry, I think it's an action. It's got concentrate next to it.
Does it say as an action? I'm pretty sure it is. Let me look it up.
Sorry, bear with.
It is casting time, one action. Yeah, so it's one action. So you can either cast that or you can cast your firebolt.
Firebolt is my bonus action.
No firebolt's an action.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Bryce. I will hex as my bonus action.
That you can do. So you're still casting levitate on yourself though?
Still casting levitate on myself.
Okay.
Can't cast levitate and hex.
Oh, you just said I could.
Sorry, they're both spells. I was thinking Hexblade's Curse. Yeah. So you can only cast one spell on your turn. You can cast a cantrip in a spell, but only one spell.
Stop this. I'll run away then. I'll retreat backwards.
Wait, that's Elspeth. Where's me? Yep, no worries. You can retreat if you like.
But where retreat?
Daddy.
Here.
Daddy, what?
Deal with that.
I go over
I
this
can't
one.
do that and that.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that right? I'll move 6 and then I will cast.
Right.
Bolt at him.
Okay, so you're casting firebolt. Got it.
Okay.
Right, roll your attack. On which one? This one here or this one here?
No one.
That one. Okay.
Come on there. All right. What'd you get?
$21.
21. That'll hit. Give me damage.
Is that 2d6s?
Firebolt. No, just 1d10.
1.
1 damage. So it's hard to kind of get the fire through there amongst your allies, but you managed to just kind of glance some fire off the edge of this thing, and it's just kind of like. And it's over to this one's turn. It is going to. Let's see. It's going to. And glob a lump of chemical phlegm at Elspeth, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, 16 plus 1, 17.
Yep, that's fine. So kind of you duck down and this thing kind of flashes light in front of you, but you manage to shield your eyes. And then it's going to take a chomp out of this one down here. 11 doesn't hit. Damn it. Alright, that's the end of his turn. So it's back to the top. Geode, you're up. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, we're gonna keep doing this?
In your fingers.
9.
9?
Uh-oh.
Right, I need you to roll a d8.
Oh god. 7?
7. Let me see here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Mommy and
Right,
I like this.
let's go. Right, make an attack roll.
Oh, okay. At advantage?
Nope.
and
You're attacking me.
Oh
I'm
no.
attacking you. What?
17.
17, so you kind of just like start to see red and just confusion, and your vision goes blurry, and you just see this blur come out of in front of you and just take a swing, and Azzoth, you see this great sword just kind of shear over the top of your head. Kind of
You're posty.
Cool.
So that means I can't do anything
That's
else?
the end of your turn. And you can't take reactions until your next turn. So we're up to Elspeth. You're up.
Okay, can I cast Bless
On
You sure can.
my fellow peeps.
Who
Now,
do you want to give to?
well, Geode and Azzoth. Now, does Geode's little, what do you call it, creature,
Does
No, I
do
don't.
they count as a...
No, it's
No.
not a creature.
Okay, who else would like Bless? Who else is fighting this creature?
How wide can you cast it, or is it?
30
30
feet.
feet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll be the only one else in range.
Cast it on yourself.
Okay, I'll cast on myself as well then.
Yep, no worries. Cool. Bonus action, you want to hit with your sacred weapon, I
So
imagine?
I'll, my spiritual weapon will take a...
Does she get advantage?
Oh, does my book get advantage? No?
No, I'm not going to give it that, otherwise it's crazy overpowered. I also need to look at your shadow, your echo. I need to study your echo. Yeah.
14 plus, is it
14.
14?
That'll hit, give me damage.
Damage. Can you do that, please?
Oh, sorry. There you go.
Oh man. Plus 6, so 7.
7 damage?
Yep.
No worries. As the just razor bladed book just like starts spinning in the air like a circular saw and just hacks into the side of this thing. It's just gibbering maniacally. End of your turn? Do you want to do
End
anything
of my
else?
turn. That's all I can do.
No worries. This one here is going to take a bite
where my die?
It's your advice
at
right there.
Geode. It's going to take a chomp at Geode.
It does
After
dice.
she's
Which Geode? Both of us?
the real Geode.
The real one? Okay.
Ah, damn it.
What?
And it kind of reaches out some tendrils at you to try to latch on and bite you, and it Swing and a miss.
Okay.
I'm not doing well. That's the end of its turn. 1 second. No, cool. Idrach, you're up, and then Azzoth.
I will toll the dead on the most injured one.
Yep, that's a fail. Give me some damage.
10 damage, please.
So everyone kind of hears this just, and this thing just kind of just, it doesn't have a head to disintegrate, but you see it's all of its eyes just like bursts as it squelches down into unlife. It is no longer.
Yay!
How badly damaged are my allies looking?
Not very much.
No.
They're mostly pretty good.
I will come back to about here.
No worries.
So
Azzoth.
how often do we have to roll this wisdom thing?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Sorry.
And a D4.
I'll do
Is it a
it.
D4 for a bless?
Yep, you're blessed. Yep. Come, please roll. No.
It's
Hilarious.
The 3.
No, 9. Yeah, 9.
Pass it.
9. No,
Oh,
9.
9 plus bless.
With the D4.
Oh, no, 10. 10. 10.
That's
10.
with the D4.
That's with the D4, yeah.
Okay, just makes it.
Oh.
You needed it. You kind of just steel your mind against these gibberings, and you can take your attack. At advantage,
this is
because
bottom
this
one.
guy's well and truly surrounded.
Oh, sweet. Need this one back in, I think. And it is 18 plus 7.
Hey, Mum,
Hit,
Dad
miss
has died.
damage.
I'm going to do a... I'll do a menacing attack on it. So damage is a D12.
Now you don't like it.
That's 10 plus 5, and then the...
Fifteen.
Yep, and
Yep, keep going.
a D8 just for the... Here we go. That's another 5.
20 damage total.
Cool. Yep.
Sweet.
And do a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it's frightened until the end of my turn.
Oh, no, 15. He's rolling well on his wisdom, not on his attacks.
So I've got 2 more superior dice left. That's it?
Esme, you're up. Do you have 5 superiority dice?
Yeah, because remember I've got the martial
Oh, you do.
adepts. They have 5.
Currently here.
Yep, Esme.
It's not worth staying where you are. Nothing can get you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
I will. Sorry, I need to cast Wisdom saving throw again.
Nope, you're fine.
Oh, okay. I will stay where I am, and I will cast.
You can, so there's the mouth monster things.
Still dead.
So we killed one of them. There was a second one.
Yep, there's this one here.
I will cast Firebolt at him.
No worries, roll it.
See.
What was that?
That was 20,
Emma, pencils here.
Yep, that'll hit. Give me damage.
7 hit points.
7 damage?
7 damage.
No worries.
Sorry?
Right, next up is the dead one. He is dead. Geode, you're up.
Alright, well, okay, save throw again.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
With the D4, isn't it?
Yep.
12 plus 3, 13.
Mommy
No,
died.
you can't
You're
count
fine.
15.
Yep. Hello, Emma. Yes, Emma, I can hear you. Yeah, good old chat.
I'll take an attack at the guy in between us.
Yep. Roll it at advantage.
16 plus
Yep, that'll hit.
21. Alright.
Watching you.
They have an armor class of 9. They're really easy to hit.
Okay.
They don't move fast.
8, 11. And
Roger.
then I will also use another one of my incarnations for another attack with my echo,
Roger.
which is nat 20. There you go.
Oh, alright. Roll damage dice. Doubled.
Oh God, 12, 20, 23.
23. As your double just kind of
Yep.
cleaves into this thing, and it kind of shivers and just kind of blobs and stops moving. It is dead.
Okay, can I do my movement now?
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Oh, good.
Run up to these guys as I'm going, what the bloody hell? Oh no, hang on. I want to investigate. No, I'm gonna investigate the area to see if I can find those bones. That they'll.
Okay, so you want to start having a look around? No worries. Give me an investigation check.
What?
I think that's a
Not timing yet.
13.
13?
Yep.
Yep, so you're kind of like down in amongst up until your elbows in this mush. You find two decent size, kind of basketball size bags of what rattles a little bit like bones. And then also as you're kind of down in amongst it, you feel kind of like almost dissolving into there. You feel a skeleton. What else is everyone doing at the moment?
So I've got 2 bags of bones.
Soft, can you move the other rock? See if there's anything under that.
Well,
Azzoth, while you're kind of standing there watching Geode start to dig down into it, you're just still overcome by just a rage. And make an attack roll.
oh shoot. Is this,
Oh,
this
no.
is the axe. This is the bad
It'll be
thing
the
that's
axe.
come from-
At advantage because she's like squatting down searching. So roll at
First,
advantage.
first one's a 4, but the second one is okay. So the
Hang
4,
on.
but plus
With
7.
Features.
What's that?
That's alright.
4 plus 7, so it's 11.
What numbers did you roll?
A 4 and a 3.
Even with bless, that's not going to be quite enough.
Oh, bless. Actually, I didn't roll bless.
Oh
Let me do
no, I
that.
can't do that. All good.
So yeah,
3
Geode,
plus.
as you're kind of squatting down, looking through this mush kind of up to your arms in there, Azzoth axe just slams into the ground next to you, and he just kind of like roars in rage at you.
What the fuck?
Azzoth, make a wisdom saving throw.
Who, me?
No, Azzoth.
Oh.
6, 7.
With the blessing
Oh,
gonna help.
sorry. I didn't do that.
That's right, it's not going to help.
7. Okay.
What's everyone else doing?
I'm going to shout out to Geode. Geode, I suggest you back away from Azzoth. That axe is going to send him nuts.
Yeah, I'm trying. Can I do this now? Are we out of initiative?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. You can start to run away.
Actually, no, hang on. I saw that skeleton, and am I pulling that out? I'm gonna try and pull him out.
Yeah, you can grab the skeleton.
Yeah.
If you want and try to drag it away.
Whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to cast Sleep on Azzoth.
No worries. Roll it.
I'll use a second level spell slot to make certain it works.
What'd you get?
So far, hang on, I get 31.
31? He's still up. Alright, Geode, are you grabbing the skeleton and dragging it out?
Yeah.
Well, I'm out.
No worries. So you drag the skeleton away from Azzoth.
I'll keep my echo there.
Your thing's there. Azzoth, make another attack roll.
My
With
mate,
your
yep.
bless. Yep, with your
Advantage?
bless. No. Straight roll.
Oh, okay. I'll roll that again. The 5, I don't think you're going to believe me because I keep rolling low. So it's 5, 6, 7, 14.
14?
Yep.
So you go to take a swipe at Geode's shadow, and your axe kind of just passes just over its head. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
With
no,
bless.
get out of the mush. Oh, he can't do anything, can he?
That's 17. Oops.
17,
Oh,
you
that-
kind of like shake your head, and that kind of red vision kind of settles back down over your eyes, and you're kind of like, whoa, don't know what came over you, but you kind of like, shake yourself, and you feel your heartbeat calm down, and you stop madly swinging at things around you. You're okay. Right,
you know
so
what I did?
Geode,
Yeah.
out of initiative order. You've got that skeleton. If you wanted to check over the skeleton,
Yeah, I'll do a look. Sees investigation again, or
Yep.
oh, that didn't work well. 6. Oh, hang on. Do I have no? Bless doesn't work on that. 6.
6.
Mate, what
It's hard to tell. So this skeleton, it is immediately recognizable as one of those Burberlang things. And by skeleton, it's more like a rotting blob, as its flesh seems to have been like slowly getting eaten off of its corpse. And yeah, it's just kind of like this nasty, squishy, horrendous mess. And it's hard to tell what's going on with it. But you have your 2 bags of bones and this nasty, messed up skeleton, but you don't find anything on it.
Were you Dan? You wanted us to maybe roll another meteor? Which one?
Yeah, I was just say, do you want to see what's underneath the other one?
This big one?
Yeah.
Sure. Is Grant still?
Azzoth should still be powered up.
Yeah, sweet. Alright, so I'll bring my skeleton and stuff over. Which way would be the best? I'm guessing standing here and rolling it back this way.
Go for it. This thing is massive. Like it's 15 foot across.
Well,
like what's that?
if we get Azzoth
3 meters.
to come as well.
But you can try.
Is Azzoth helping the
Do I
move?
still have bull strength?
Yeah.
Yep.
You still
Yep.
got that boost.
Do we think that weighs more or less than a 500 pounds?
Geode, roll straight. Azzoth, roll at advantage.
Anyone
That's
else
to your
want to put
bonus.
their
Bless would have worn out
strength test?
by now.
Plus it's off, yep. 17 plus 4, so 21.
19, 20, 22.
Oh, good rolls. So you start to you're having to kind of rock it back and forth. You try to push it. Like this thing is massive. Like you're not going to be able to tip it over just by one push. But you start rocking it and get a little bit of momentum, and it kind of rolls like a quarter turn and just like clumps back into its crater. And underneath you see kind of just like smashed up dirt. Give me a perception or investigation. Whoever wants to be near there.
Anyone else want to roll? I got
You're
a 4.
probably better than I am.
Elspeth, want to have a look under there as well?
Might as well.
Yep, okay, she'll have a look. She rolls a 6 plus a. What's it, perception?
Sky, what'd you roll?
4.
4.
4, 6. 10. Oh, I rolled.
10?
Okay. No, I rolled 10.
Did you roll for me?
So
or
you're
plus 6 plus
looking
4.
underneath from where you roll the boulder, you don't see anything of interest. It's kind of just smashed up dirt, bits of grass, kind of singed and crushed. But yeah, nothing of interest under there.
Alright, well, since we didn't see anything, do we want to lift it again, or do we want to...
I go lift it again, because it rolled back, didn't it? We lifted it up and it rolled back.
No, so it like rolled over like a quarter of a turn. So yeah, you investigate, like you can't see anything under there.
Oh, okay.
And you notice like Idrach standing there, you can hear the Burberlangs, they're like muttering, they're like, what are they? Big oafs, they're pretty much animals just rolling over boulders. I'm sure they're very, very intrigued.
The Burberlangs just said that we could keep their bones. They didn't need them.
You see them just kind of turn around. We said no such thing.
Then I suggest you stop acting like a complete pair of pricks.
What's that?
Then I suggest you stop acting like a pair of pricks.
You can suggest all you like. You find our bones.
No. Fuck off.
You can clearly see that rocky creature is holding our bags of bones.
Yes, and you're behaving like a tit, so I'm suggesting that she keeps your bones until you behave properly.
Well, you can suggest all you like, but you agreed to do a job for us. So, are you renegating on your word?
I am changing the terms of the deal. I want you to be polite for the rest of our interactions.
All right, I guess we can
It costs
all
you
be
nothing.
polite.
So they can sign a contract.
They've already very much agreed not to, as they recognize magic when they see it. You tried that already.
Oh, I can't do it.
All right. Well, if we're being polite, how about
you ask your stony-faced friend to stop shoving around boulders and bring our bones over to us, then please.
Alright, well, I'll go sauntering over to them with the skeleton, and I'll throw the skeleton at one of them. Also found
kind of
this
like-
guy. I'm going to pivot into one of them.
They kind of chuckle amongst themselves like,
I wondered where old Balthazar went. Stupid fool getting squished by his own boulder. What a daft individual.
he kind of kicks Balthazar.
He's like, well, but I guess you found him. Do you want his skull, or do you want us to have it?
What's it worth?
Well, his skull might have some interesting knowledge in it. So we could definitely put it to use. I mean, you can have the rest of his body if you want. I just want the skull. And the other one's like, no, I want the skull.
No,
I
I
want
think
the
what
skull.
you're saying is, what's it worth to you?
Me?
No. What
Then-
Geode was saying
Yeah.
to the Burbalungs is, what is it worth to you?
Well, we've already agreed to give you this.
And he kind of just tosses the bag to Azzoth. So yeah, Azzoth, you catch. He tosses you this small kind of pouch made of some sort of fabric, and it kind of rattles in your hand. And they
Yes,
go,
that was indeed the agreed upon payment for the 2 bags of bones. What is the skull worth is additional to what we'd previously negotiated.
Oh, you want something else on top of that for the
Yes.
the skull? How about you say please, since you insisted that we all be polite in this?
Please. I say in the most ingratiating manner.
Well, I guess we
You're being a poo face down.
give you here. Give us the.
Have you given them the bags of bones yet?
No, well, is Elspeth meant to be coming up because they promised her knowledge for the bones?
Yes, here. Pass the bones, and I'll give you a little bit of extra something.
Can they
I
also
know
touch
that
my
you
pendant?
Penelope?
Keep your promise.
They have agreed
Your
not
deal.
to touch your pendant.
Yeah. How am I going to know that they're going to keep the agreement because of how pompous
Look
they are?
here. Pass us the bones, and we can give you what we promised.
I'll pull out one bone from one of the pouches.
Sorry,
and pass it
could you
on
just
one bone.
explicitly tell us what you're additionally promising for the skull?
For the skull. All right.
And they reach down and tear the rest of the body's finger off, and they kind of just toss it over to you. And on the finger, you can see a ring on there. It's like,
Right. You can keep that, and we'll keep the skull. And as promised as well, if you pass us the bags of bones, we can give some knowledge to our friend here with the magical book.
I'll look
Seems
I want
fair to me.
something.
Does anyone object?
I want a little bit of knowledge too. I want you to identify this axe and why it makes me feel angry and make me attack my friend over here.
All right. Here. Give us the bones.
I nod to Geode and say, John, just give them the bones now.
Okay, did you want someone over here to stop them from running away from us? I don't trust.
Not really. They've not given us any reason to actually doubt them.
Yeah, alright. I'll hand over the bag.
All
I'll
for
hand one bag
So,
to
that-
one, and I'll start reaching over for the other one.
So this one here snatches the bag that's slightly smaller, and he kind of like,
Ha, thank you.
and he kind of glares at you, Idrach, and he pulls out one. It looks like a tiny little mouse skull, but it's got a couple of little kind of extra spots there, and you can see it in its life. It would have had 4 eyes, and it kind of reaches and tosses it to you, Elspeth. Was it Elspeth or Esme you were giving the knowledge to?
Esme,
Esme.
yeah.
Esme, I
Coming
think.
over, Esme?
Yeah.
Or are you still all the way over there?
Jeb.
No, sorry, I have moved.
Right. Tosses you this tiny little skull, and Esme, looking at it, you can looking really, really closely in very, very fine arcane writing. You can see a spell is inscribed on there.
It says, I
And-
prepared arcane runes this morning and blows up.
No, it says in your arcane writing that you can understand, it's blink. The spell blink.
Nice.
It's a third level spell.
You mean don't blink, or the angels will get you.
I watched that last night. It scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
What was it?
Blink.
No, what was the
Doctor Who.
What did they
Doctor
watch?
Who.
Never mind.
What?
Don't blink, you mean?
They're just making Doctor Who references, Sky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
what I was
Sky.
like,
Bloody nerds, what can you do?
Anyway, so they give you that. They've given you the ring, and as they're kind of throwing around, this top one kind of actually stands up and kind of shuffles his way around the corner and starts to walk towards you, Idrach, kind of staring at your head or something on your head. He's like, that hat you have there. Would you care to trade for it?
What are you offering for my fine hat?
Well, I don't need the whole hat. Just that.
Points to one of the little tiny skulls on your said hat.
It's like, how about a skull for a skull? This one.
And he pulls out from his bag of bones another little skull, and it's this tiny kind of dragon skull, it looks like, with these kind of tiny little horns. And you can see one of its eye sockets is glowing just ever so faintly red, and the other one is glowing ever so faintly blue.
What does your skull do? I ask.
Oh, it's the gift of knowledge. The real gift of knowledge.
Hey.
Can I insight that?
Sure can, roll it.
16.
16, he seems very, very intrigued. Doesn't seem to have any hostile intent of it.
What's the skull that he wants off my hat? What's that? When I take look.
So you take your hat off and kind of, he points at one very specific one, and it looks like a little hamster skull.
It's like, trade that skull for this skull. This skull will definitely help you, and I believe that skull will help us.
That seems a perfectly equitable trade to me. I shall detach the hamster skull from the hat and trade him for the dragon skull.
Drops it into your hand, and he goes,
Thank you.
and kind of skitters back over, and the two of them just start like poring over this skull. And then this one here is like,
Oh, all right. Since
one second, he pulls out a larger skull, looks like a small, maybe human skull, and reaches and grabs hold of your axe, Azzoth. And as you turn to him, and he'll cast Identify. And he's like,
ha! That's quite the axe you have there. It's well made. I bet you see red when you get hit when you're using it, though, don't you?
I get very angry.
I believe your folk call that the axe of berserkers. You may want to have a deep breath and calm down whenever you get hit by it.
Essentially, when you take damage in battle, you go into a rage, and you will have to attack something every single turn until you make a wisdom saving throw to calm yourself down. But it's a +1 axe, and it also gives you 1 hit point for each of your levels.
Did we grab? Who got that ring that they passed over? Was that to me when I handed them?
I've got that.
Idrach has that, and they will tell you it is the Ring of Mind Shielding.
Okay.
Ooh. I put that on immediately.
Alright, it's going to take a while for you to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, attune to it, but you can do that a little bit as you go.
Do they have anything for me
and
since I did all this hard work for them?
well, they tossed the bag to Azzoth, and if you look in it, it has a whole kind of couple of fistfuls of polished opal type rocks. Opal type rocks, something similar to quite opalescent.
Okay.
I'll give
They
that
are
to.
moonstones worth 500 gold pieces in total.
Are they magical
Who's keeping all that
properties?
stuff?
I am.
I'll give that
No,
to
do
you.
the moonstones have...
They're just gems, essentially 500 gold piece worth of moonstones. They're just gems, worth a lot of money.
They're like, yes, we don't have any use of them down here.
So
Yeah.
Grant still has the bag. It's just I'm keeping track of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can give you the bag.
Okay, so
Whatever.
who has the bag?
It's sort of party funds, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, with that they kind of immediately start fussing over the
Could
little
you
hamster
explain this
skull.
dragon skull to me a bit? I'm a bit confused.
So looking at it, it's a tiny little dragon skull. One of its eyes is kind of glowing a very faint blue. The other one is glowing a very faint scarlet.
Can I roll Arcana to understand anything about it?
Sure, roll it.
It's just another glowing skull. Yep, I get a 7.
7. It's a glowing skull. It's clearly magical of some sort. You're not sure what it does yet. You can spend a bit of time, focusing on it, and you may find out what it does.
I'm going to go and ask them if they can help me.
Like, you're still here. Would you stop bothering us?
So,
Just put it on your hat and it'll make you smarter. You'll be fine. You'll figure it out.
You've forgotten.
okay, I will put it on my hat, and I will put my hat back on my head.
No worries. Is anyone else doing anything else? Or you want to get back on the road? It's starting to... The
Let's
sun's
get on the
starting
road.
to get near the horizon. If you wanted to get a little bit more travel in, you could probably get another hour's worth of travel if you go back to your cart.
Yeah, let's go back.
No worries. So as you continue moving on for the rest of the day, Idrach, as you've got the skull back on your hat floating, suddenly you're thinking more clearly and you're understanding things. And your intelligence score, while you have that, increases by 2.
Ooh,
It is the Ion Stone of Intellect.
I need.
Obviously, you can give that to whomever you
Bye.
like, but it is increases your intelligence by 2, to a maximum of 20.
I shall keep hold of that. I like being with the brain things.
Right, and you have the you also have the Ring of Mind Shielding, I believe.
I
Just jot that
tuned.
down. That you are now attuned to that as well. Cool. As you're walking throughout the rest of the day, Idrach, in your head, you hear a voice. It goes,
Ha! I bet you think you're so smart.
"Your rock," and then silence. But the sun is starting to set here. I'll drag you back across to the world map. Everyone can see. And you've probably got one more day's worth of travel. Yeah, one more day's worth of travel to get to the town. So you set up camp, if you like. And on the side of the road. And who would like to take watch tonight? You get 2 people to roll perception.
I'll do it.
Sky gets 1. Esme, want to roll the other?
Yep.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. And what's the other roll?
That your wisdom.
5. I was quite sleepy.
Geode, as you're maintaining your watch,
You're eating them.
you're kind of staring up at the sky. Nothing. You can't hear anything. Just kind of sitting there. The wind just blowing around. You can start to smell the salt from the north, the ocean, and just kind of vaguely, kind of you can see the outline against the scar, the starry kind of glittery scar around the top, in the sky above you. You can see what looks like a floating mountain, kind of just drifting across the sky. Kind of watch it for half an hour, and it slowly just kind of drifts out of sight. It's got to be 800 meters or so up in the sky. It's a long way up. You can just kind of make it out against the stars. It kind of drifts from the east across to the west, and eventually you lose sight of it. But the rest of the night goes by without incident, and you all wake up the next morning.
Long rest.
Have a long rest. You, if you all like, after breaking your fast, Esme, Elspeth, you're still not feeling well. Kind of every time you're waking up, you're not feeling great in your stomach.
Not feeling well.
Pregnant.
What's she eaten?
What?
Yeah.
You being serious? You fucked me
You're
over.
not feeling well of some sort. You didn't throw up this morning, but at least you're just not feeling too great. But yep, you continue on your way, and throughout the day, it's mid-morning. You
So, hold up. How many days have we been travelling now?
1, 2, 3. This is the morning of the 4th day.
And have we noticed that Elspeth has been off?
Yeah, just kind of every morning she's waking up and just kind of a bit sluggish and slow. Yes, occasionally a little bit of vomit.
Medicine check or anything?
Sure, you want to do a medicine check?
I'm not very good at it, but
My
Who else wants to do a medicine?
yeah, I'll do a medicine check.
Can I do a medicine check on myself?
20.
go for it.
20. So you check her over and kind of moving her fur aside and checking her over, and you can see you're kind of palpating her stomach a little bit. You can see the scars fading now from where she got slashed by that large red frog creature. And as you're kind of palpating the stomach around there, you can feel something move under the skin. You just like pull your hands away and you like kind of poke back at it again, and something kind of wiggles its way underneath her flesh, and you kind of lose it again as it seems to maybe go deeper or move somewhere else.
What was wrong?
And she has some sort of parasite or infection near that wound.
Would my healing...
You were studying that creature, and you surmise that she's probably infected with whatever those eggs were that you when you were studying that creature in the laboratory.
I'm very sorry to do this to you, Elspeth, but could everyone stand back, please?
Oh no! Everyone, don't stand back.
I can't sleep on that.
No, stay back.
No, stay back. Yeah, good job. No, stay back.
I'm going to have to cut that out.
They're boys.
Who's got
I can help
shotgun
cut it out.
guns? That helped me last time.
So you cast sleep?
I can't sleep on the ground.
Hello.
I see.
She's
Very
watching
worried.
the video stream of you.
Right, so roll it. Hello.
25.
I see you too.
Jesus.
What's I doing? Walking.
So you're asleep, I assume. What did you roll, Lamb?
25.
You're asleep.
25. Yep,
20.
Elspeth falls asleep.
Oh no!
Geo, could you hold her legs down and Azzoth hold her arms?
You don't want me to cut it out?
No, I don't want you to cut it out with your psycho act.
I'll put it back. Okay.
I
then.
think your brawn would be better served not doing that.
Alright, I'll hold her legs.
Uh,
And
I'll hold the
I sort
giant's
of-
arm.
I don't know.
I said I will supervise, and Esme will actually carry out the surgery.
Okay.
Alright. Esme, would you like to roll a medicine check with advantage?
Can you not eat her dinner?
What is that?
You like this?
With your previous solid roll, it'll be a lower DC, plus your previous study.
Elspeth or
Esme.
Yeah.
Esme, sorry. You're cutting her open. So roll a medicine check at advantage.
We've got too many similar sounding names.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes, that's 15.
15. That'll be just enough as you slice her open. And you're kind of like palpating around. You can just see something, a little tiny kind of wiggle, and you grab hold of it and drag it out, and you just got this horrible little kind of fanged tadpole. Elspeth, that's cutting you. You come awake as she's just like hacking into you, or slicing delicately into you, I guess. You take 3 points of slashing damage.
Shit.
Your wound is kind of quite quickly staunched and patched up, and Esme, you this weird little tadpole with fangs.
I then cast Healing Word to seal the wound properly.
No worries. The kind of arcane magic kind of seals back over the wound as your blood seems to suck back into your body and covers over, and you're immediately just feeling a bit healthier, a bit better.
I'm going to step away from the group and cast Flaming Sphere in my hand to set the tadpole on fire.
You just kind of like sizzle and just a stink of the burning flesh as this thing is just completely engulfed in fire.
Yep.
How are you feeling, Elspeth?
Elspeth, how are you feeling?
Elspeth.
Elspeth came awake as they finished cutting her open.
Yeah. Feeling better? Is she feeling
Yay! Surgery!
Passed out.
Okay.
But if you all would like to carry on,
Sure, we'll put her in the cart for a bit.
Should we go feed the dog?
no worries. Anyway, so we're almost done for the night. We'll just get you to town and then.
Yeah, nice.
So mid-morning, kind of about 11 o'clock in the morning, you see ahead of you there's an individual with a large cart horse, no cart, just like a large horse, and he's got a bunch of saddlebags and some crates strapped to it. He's as you get closer, you see he's a halfling, kind of wandering along beside this huge horse. He's kind of like 2.5 feet tall. Meanwhile, this horse is kind of 8 foot tall. He's kind of just leading this huge horse along by his reins.
Can I ask
He
if
comes-
he's the trader that the other guys have been waiting for?
Oh yes. We're just delivering this load of pickled herring down south. Yes, we got a little bit delayed. Had a few too many drinks. Slept in. Had some more drinks. I'm sure they can wait. I'm sure they can wait. They'll probably be fine. It's fine. We're anyway. We should probably keep going. We are running a little bit late. They weren't too upset about us running late, were they?
They were a little bit concerned of where you were.
Oh, they'll forgive me. They like me anyway. Oh, like she's all right. She's all right. Anyway, we have to keep moving. Got to get back on schedule, I guess. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.
He kind of keeps like trotting along as this kind of gigantic horse looming over the top of him continues on to the south. The rest of the day goes by without incident, and you approach the gates. Yeah. Drag everyone across, hopefully. Let's drag the party down here. Hopefully everyone can see. Can everyone see that?
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
So as you approach, you can start to hear some gulls, and you can smell the ocean water. And looking out as you crest kind of the final rise, you look down across the open grassland to a small fishing town, village town. It's kind of decent sized. But you can see a series of ships coming in and out of the harbour. One huge ship, resplendent with white sails with golden writing on them, down in the harbour. You see a whole bunch of other buildings and some crops, and probably for Elspeth, this would be probably the first time that you've seen the ocean since you grew up
What
in the
is this
shadows.
water? What is this body of water?
I'm just at the side of the gate with a big deep sigh.
We should not drink that water.
As you approach the town, exactly.
Okay. Emma, eat your dinner.
Eat your dinner. Bryce says, "Eat your dinner." So as you approach the town, it's got a large, well-constructed wooden palisade around with a couple of watchtowers and some sturdy wooden gates. You see two guards flanking the gate. It's kind of mid-afternoon now. One of the guards is sitting there with a dagger, kind of cleaning underneath his nails. His spear's kind of leaning against the fence next to him, and he looks up as all you guys approach. He goes, "Oi, oi, hold up there! And what brings you to our delightful town? Business or pleasure?"
Business more than anything. I'll just be like,
"Hey, Geode, is that you, mate? It's been a while. Good to see you still amongst the living. At least as much amongst the living as you ever are. Hey. Kind of punches you in the shoulder. I haven't seen you for a while. How you doing?
Yeah, it's been good.
So, these your buddies here, are they? Hey.
Yes, they're travelling with me.
All right. So, what brings you back to town, all you folk?
It was mainly the card of delivery, wasn't it?
Oh, you're delivering, are ya? All right. Well, might wanna actually, if you hurry in, you might be in time to see the end of the show, as it were. Head on in, anyways. We'll, I'm sure we'll catch up to you later on.
Still doing the shows,
kind
are
of
we?
Stands aside and they drag the gates open wide enough that the cart can get through.
So Geode would know what the shows quotation are?
Well, as you start to move on in through, because you're not quite sure what he insinuated by that, but as you move through, you can see there's quite a substantial crowd here, gathered in the town square, or the town circle in this case. As you kind of make your way closer, you can see in the middle is a raised wooden platform, and on top of that is a large wooden X. So not a crucifix, but like an X. And tied to that is you see a shirtless man, kind of bound around by the wrists and the ankles. Another man stands behind him, whip in hand, and Geode, you immediately recognise this second man with a whip. This is the Great Admiral Banner, leader of the Great Fleet and uniter of the northern towns. He's got a kind of short, well-kept brown beard, a wide, upswept moustache. Did I swear I had a picture of him? Oh, I did have a picture of him. Now I'll find it for you next episode.
Alright.
But yeah, so you immediately recognise him. He's kind of usually has quite a fine cloak on, but you can see he's kind of thrown it off to the side, and he's just wearing kind of a sweat-stained linen shirt. But as you look at him, he's kind of just staring at this man, who's you can now see is kind of just leaking blood down from a series of whip wounds across his back. And as he kind of looks up, he looks out your direction. You can just see the piercing blue eyes showing through with like a keen intelligence that you recognise on Admiral Banner.
Can I go to the person next to me, since we're close to the crowd? Go, hey, what's happening here?
He kind of like starts and kind of looks up your direction. He's like, well, this man he's been found guilty, and Admiral Banner's given the regular whipping punishment.
What's he guilty of?
Oh, he's guilty of god bothering. He well, one of his fishing mates fell overboard and burnt some of his flesh off, and it seems that
that man up there is a cleric. He used some of his god filthy healing magic to take care of his friends. So we're kicking him out of the town. Filthy celestial botherer. And with that, Admiral Banner kind of throws the whip off to the side and stands up and kind of addresses the whipped man, kind of loud enough that the crowd can hear. And he says to them, "Well then, you have been found guilty. How would you like to be? By land or by sea?"
Mommy,
And
mommy.
kind of cowering, and you can see he's barely staying up. He just goes, "Oh, I'll walk out of this town, head held high." He goes, "So be it." And Admiral Banner steps back and picks up a bucket and throws it over his back, the contents. And Geode, you recognize it as that slightly greenish tinted seawater. And the man that is tied to the cross suddenly just screams, and you see his flesh just start to sizzle and smoke as the highly acidic seawater kind of just burns into his back. And the water splashes across the ropes, and you see the ropes dissolve, tying his wrists and ankles to the cross, and he kind of slumps down and crawls his way off the platform and starts walking down through the town. The crowd kind of parts away from him, like just keeping their distance as he staggers his way off down south past your party and continues on out through the south gate of the town, just kind of hobbling. And as he comes past your party, you can see like his back is just come up like just with this nasty acid burns, but the acid from the water seems to have staunched the bleeding from the whip marks as he staggers his way out of town.
As he comes past, I'm going to subtly cast Healing Word on him.
No worries. Roll it.
So I roll the 4, and my casting stat is 20, so I think that's 9 hit points.
Yep, sounds right. You're up to 20 charisma already.
I started with
Oh,
19.
you started really high, didn't you? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so he kind of, as he passes your caravan, he kind of, you see like the kind of some of the wounds seal up. He kind of looks over at your caravan with just an odd look, and kind of just like gives you a nod.
I'm just gonna, as I see that, just keep walking, just keep going.
He kind of gives you a nod, and he'll continue kind of walking a little bit more straight back now, and he disappears out
Straight
through
back now?
the south gate.
Shit.
Yeah, he's standing up a little bit higher as he's in a substantially less pain than what he was.
Okay, I'm gonna tense up a little bit.
But yeah, he continues on out of town, and the crowd starts to disperse. Admiral Banner throws his fancy coat back on over himself, and that's where we'll call it for the evening. I do have a photo of Admiral Banner.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'll put it into Discord. There he is. Actually, if you give me a second, I can put it into Roll20 as well.
Yeah, I'll keep it up.
So you can put it up because he's very fancy. It's also just a blatantly stolen photo, or picture, should I say. But you're now in the Banner Accord. We'll step off next time with you, if you like, delivering or load to the inn.
Whilst this lot do that, I'm going to slap off and follow the other guy. But we'll deal with that later.
Yep, we'll do that next episode. Oh, damn, that's not working.
If you sneak off, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna give you a fair warning, like, under my breath. Just don't make too
One
much
second,
of a
I can
scene.
show everybody. Come on, load. Almost there. And I'll give you a quick rundown of town, so you know what you're looking at for next time. Changes. I haven't sorted out his name yet, but there is his picture. He's very fancy. Everyone see that?
Oh yes.
Okay.
He's got a very
So
nice look and nicely groomed, nice wide moustache. He's very He's a very good-looking individual.
Looks very what's that? Hunger, the Hunger
He's
Games guy.
looted many a ships.
But I'll give a quick rundown of the town and what's in it for next time. Where are we? Locations.
Yeah, no, go watch David Bum.
We have up here, if everyone scrolls out far enough that you can see, this is Admiral Banner's flagship, the Maelstrom. This Geode is your father's shipwright company.
Yep.
That's where his house is.
Mhm.
We have 2 inns in town. We have the Fisher's Tail Inn, which is this large building. We have the Buchan and Bilge, being this inn. Obviously, there are the windmill, the harbour master's house, and kind of the town hall combined. The town square that you've been to with the whipping post. Got an archery range in there, the guardhouse, the lighthouse, and the Deicide's farmhouse. And over here is the just general store.
Do they have the weaponsmith and stuff?
Oh, yep, sorry. Yeah, that's all kind of this series of
General store
this
area?
series of buildings.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, this kind of district here is the shopping. So they've got a general store, an armory, and a surgery.
Yep.
You know, the surgery specializes in prosthetics, maybe peg legs and hook hands.
And hooks.
Do they have anyone specializing in curses, just by any chance?
You can go check it out later. But any questions before we call it there?
No,
No, looks good.
I think we're good. Right.
No worries.
Thank you.
If you have any questions
streamers.
about the magical items that you've received today, let us know offline. But thank you very much. I hope everyone enjoyed that. It seemed to run fairly well.
Was watching the stream. Everyone, say bye. Ta-ta.
Bye.
We'll
Yes,
probably
all
pick
right,
this up
Portal, give me your damn dinner.
next week.
Next week, we'll see everybody again. Thank you, everyone,
Alright.
and good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye and peace out, everyone. Thank you for watching once more.